Misfits and dope addicts are here.
Monica in Highland texted in and said, I know why you played that song, Kerry Jackson, for me in Highland.
In Highland?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Terrence Michael Joseph Butler was born on this day
Gezer.
in 1949.
Gezer Butler.
Why does he have that nickname? Anybody know?
It says here, Butler adopted the nickname Gezer at an early age. Quote, it came because when I was at school, my brother was in the army, and he was based with a lot of Cockneys, and people in London call everybody Gezer. It's just like, hello, mate, hello.
Oh,
And
Oh, Gezer. What a
and
geezer.
and he said it, and it stuck.
okay.
All right, simple as that.
Good enough.
Yeah.
I always thought maybe it was because he looked old before his time.
That's what I was thinking, too,
But
oh well. But that's Black Sabbath, of course. You know, the band that was going to destroy a generation
it did. It ruined
Well, they
everything.
did. Look what happened.
with Paranoid.
There is a story about Ozzy today. I mean,
Oh, there is?
well,
Yeah.
not a story. Just Ozzy wants to go back to England. He
wants to go back to
Yeah,
England.
he's lived in America for many years, and he wants to go back to his homeland. But he is too infirm
He can't move?
to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. His health is not good enough to move.
To move back to England.
He and Sharon, she said, we'll have to wait till Ozzy is stronger, which means that maybe Ozzy will never get stronger.
But see,
He wants to die on his native soil, is what it
And
is.
who
But
can
see,
blame him, really?
Ozzy
Yeah.
doesn't have to do anything to move. I mean, it's not like he's got to pack boxes and
U-Haul carrier.
carry a couch or something.
Could you lift a little higher?
He's going to get on a plane. That's all he has
No,
to do.
but Gina, that's how you know how frail he is.
You can't even
That
do
even the thought of moving him may end his life. That's frail. That's really frail. And I believe I saw the story. I believe it's Sharon is speaking because Ozzy does not speak anymore.
Oh, here's what he said. Oh,
Well, I mean, he's been threatening to tour for a while,
Yeah.
though. I mean, come
I don't
he
think
says,
that's gonna
quote, I don't want to die in America. I don't want to be buried in Huggin Forest Lawn. I'm English. I want to be back. It's time for me to go home.
Ozzy,
so
you're
sad.
right. You're right.
He's
It's
so right.
time for you to go home.
He is
We
so
don't
right.
want you to be buried here.
I don't want to be buried in.
We don't want your limey bones under American soil, so get out. Ozzy.
Oh, he just get on a. Sharon just take. I guess Sharon's
I mean-
pretty frail too, really.
But again,
Is she?
if they wanted to move, they could.
Just
I
get-
mean, really.
He could pay people to pack the boxes.
Yeah, and they could
And-
put him on a stretcher even.
Yeah.
And
They could knock him out.
sure.
We'll knock you out. We'll wake you up when you get there.
Well, then what are you saying, Carrie? That they don't really want to leave?
I
they're
don't
just
know.
they're just trying to get into the news for the day.
No, they would never do that.
Well, and part of his, so he has Parkinson's disease, and he's also had, Bill, you'll understand this, his fourth spinal surgery last year.
Yeah.
So being not being silly, but being honest, maybe the thought of sitting on a plane for however many hours
Could be difficult.
is hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, it could be
Come on,
difficult.
first class? Come on.
You get the lay down bed.
Yeah, you get the little slippers. Come on.
I don't know. Is there a place where they allow in first class where they allow drainage?
For your wound vac?
Yes, 'cause
Do you
you-
have a wound vac?
For you,
might need
Mr. Osborne, we'll make it so.
We might need some drainage.
We know that this is your last flight ever. We'd be happy to accommodate.
Because moving is terrible. The last time we moved, I said, I'm not doing this again.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is awful.
Yeah, it's
And
the worst.
we should all have, like, one towel and one bowl and one fork and one glass and
Well,
just
you
wash
should
them
enforce
as
that.
needed.
You should enforce that.
Have too many things.
Enforce that.
Festus is moving from Florida to San Diego. He'll be here on Sunday.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
So driving from Florida to San Diego.
He's
When
doing
you-
it driving with the U-Haul.
Well, no, so the military comes to your house and packs up everything and moves it for you.
Wow.
Which is awesome.
Well, this is what Ozzy needs.
Yeah,
He should join the army.
He should join the Navy.
Yeah.
But they're moving from a townhouse to a one-bedroom apartment. So
Okay.
all of this,
Storage?
We have just too much stuff. Just too much stuff.
So are they moving the stuff to your house
No,
to store it?
he hasn't asked that yet. But yet. But yeah, we all have too much.
What, he's in his 20s. How much stuff can he have?
Oh, you accumulate stuff.
I think when I moved all my stuff from Utah to Pennsylvania to go to graduate school. I'm trying to think, we shipped it, I think it was shipped in boxes on like Greyhound bus or something.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. And it was hardly any, it was 5 boxes of stuff. Of course, I wore the same clothes every day for a long time.
But I don't know. Like, so when I asked him about it, I'm like, they hire movers and they come. He's like, yeah, they box everything up. They do it all. I don't know if I'd want somebody to box up my stuff.
Why?
I don't know. Like, are they gonna wrap it nicely so it doesn't get broken?
Well, that would be the hope. I mean,
I also told him
the Navy would be good at that.
I said, throw one of those air tags in with your stuff so you can track your stuff.
Yeah, good idea.
So when they tell you, oh yeah, we're almost there, and they're not even, they're in Kansas or whatever, you can track it. But I don't ever.
I like that idea.
Yeah. I don't ever want to move again. Because it's such a pain.
Have you made that clear?
Yeah, I am staying put.
Okay. So you're never going to move up to Huntsville.
I'll go there. I'm gonna divide my time. How does that sound?
Oh.
I divide my time.
Well, then you need 2 of everything, not one of
You
everything.
need 2 You'll need 2 cups.
Yeah, 2
2
cups and 2
spoons.
plates and 2 spoons. This is the Huntsville cup. What's it doing down here?
Return the Huntsville cup.
No.
Somebody says it's awesome that they move them, but they tend to break stuff in the process. Yeah, that's kind of what I would worry about.
They probably don't care much. It's not our stuff.
He just cares about his guitars, which he will drive himself.
Well, I was going to say,
Yeah,
I would think that the stuff that you're really concerned
Yeah.
about, you would take care of yourself. But I think that the Navy is perfectly capable of moving boxes of records.
Yeah.
Or couches.
Yeah.
Now, I
The
remember
big heavy furniture.
Yeah.
we moved back from Pennsylvania. Then we shipped stuff and then put a whole bunch of stuff in the car, which unfortunately was a Volkswagen Beetle.
Well, you can't put anything in there. You can't put one box in there.
Well, we had a house plant, and I'm trying to remember what else we put in the car. We did. We had this big house plant.
I think I think we just farted around.
Is that farting
I
around?
think.
Okay. All right.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right. We'll take a break here, and then we'll come back with moving tips. No,
Sure.
so, I mean, if you want, you can check in with us. 877-602-9696 is the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. Maybe you have a moving horror story you want to share with us. You can check in with us. 877-602-9696. You can also text us if you like, 3398.
986.
All right, 6:20. Let's get this over with.
I'm all for that. We'll start the show officially here in just a second, and then we'll go to your check-ins if you'd like to do them. Check in with us. Let us know how you're doing, what you're doing, where you're doing it. 877-602-9696 is the number to check in with the Radio from Hell show. And you can also text us if you like, 33986. But we do like to hear from you on the phone. Do we have a sponsor, Gina?
X96 welcomes Hot Wheels monster trucks to the Maverick Center August 10th and 11th. We'll have tickets to give away to that. Oh, maybe we'll do that for Frank Christ coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Let's see. The moon is 82.4% of full. It's a waxing gibbous moon. We'll have a full moon coming up on the 21st. I think it's called a buck moon, as I recall. I don't know. I've got it in the
Buck
news
moon,
here. It's a, let's see, we'll have a moonrise today at 6:05 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 17th day of July in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. It's Wrong Way Corrigan Day.
Ooh.
This marks the transatlantic flight of stunt pilot Douglas Corrigan, who flew his plane on an unauthorized flight from New York to Ireland. He famously claimed he went the wrong way.
Oops.
Hence his nickname, Wrong Way Corrigan.
Yes.
It's National Tattoo Day, National Hot Dog Day. I had hot dogs last night. Peach Ice Cream Day.
That's specific.
And National Lottery Day. Americans spend $70.1 billion on lottery tickets in 2014.
Wow.
And this is, let's see, the Radio from Hell show. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson. He's putting on his hat right now, isn't he? Yep. I'm Bill Allred. There's Gina, a one-bowl Barberi right over there. Katie, for short, is our fine producer. We have Macy here helping out, and is the dog with us today?
No, it's too hot for the dog.
Too hot for the dog. It's okay for people, but it's too hot for the dog.
If the dog could do Katie's job, maybe, but 85. It's 85.
85 in her studio.
Oh, Katie.
Even with the cooling unit in there. That's ridiculous.
So the dog can't do her job. Now, they always used to say to Carrie and I, monkeys could do your job.
Yeah.
But
son, a monkey could do your job.
a monkey could do your job.
I'd like to see that.
Yep.
Let's bring a monkey
Well,
in
we made
here.
it happen once.
What do you mean?
We just did an entire break with just monkey sound.
Yeah.
I remember.
Monkeys.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let's, that was a long time ago. Let's begin with Right Wing Wade.
Wade, my friend, where are you calling from today?
Good morning, Bill. I'm calling from Bountiful, but I'm on I-15, and it's looking good.
Thanks,
Okay.
Wade.
No.
Thank you, Wade.
Wade's
right.
usually our first
haven't been-
Infinity member check-in of the day.
Yes.
Yes, I'm the vice president of the Infinity.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not been calling in lately because, or texting in because I've been riding my motorcycle to work, and it's hard to call from my helmet.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. What kind of a motorcycle do you have, Wade?
It's a Honda Shadow Spirit,
Oh,
orange one.
I think
So
we
everybody
mentioned that
can see.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Shadow, Honda Shadow.
Oh, they're really good. I just want to remind everyone out there, too, that lane filtering is okay. At stoplights, motorcycles can go between you. I'm thinking about developing a QR code on the back of my helmet so people can scan that.
I know it's the law, but I don't know how you're brave enough to do
Yeah.
that because people don't pay attention to
Yeah.
that. I know you're able to do that, but driving in between cars like that, you're brave.
Is
doing
it? I don't think it's any more dangerous than just staying in the line, is it really, Wade? It's probably less dangerous, really. You get up to the
Yeah, I
front.
think it just more than anything saves time. People can move up.
Yeah. All
So
right.
look out for motorcycles.
Be careful.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks,
See you later, Wade.
Now, Wade,
Yep.
we just got notice from the producer's booth. Katie's husband, Andy, rides a motorcycle. And he used to pass out little cards that he had printed up with the new law on it.
if there were any questions.
As he was doing that,
Yeah.
if there were any questions, he would just pass out the cards as he went through.
The QR code is a good idea.
QR
Yeah,
code is
that's a good idea. All right.
Quinn and Shanna Coles and our son Bear checking in. Thanks for letting us listen. Let's see. Mike in Nashville checking in. As soon as an online offer bats on their first-class menu. Oh, I see.
He didn't really eat a bat, Mike.
Ozzy will move back to England. Yeah. Amy of Florida. Oh, I'm losing Festus. I wish him the best in California.
He's there for a couple more days. Look for him at the grocery store.
My last military move, I forgot all my toys in the drawer.
That they came to move.
In the drawer.
Those are personal items. You should move yourself.
Did they move them, I wonder?
I wonder. Mixer driver Shane checking in. I've been delivering concrete since 3 a.m. this morning.
You know, we're doing an X poll coming up, and it's going to be kind of a wide-ranging one. But I wonder if there's people listening that have been movers. It would be interesting to hear what interesting things you found when moving.
Stories of moving.
Yeah. Tree in Maine. When I moved my things to Maine from Utah, a lot of my things got damaged in the move. Zane of Bountiful checking in. My must-goes might be dumb, but if you have dumb must-goes, send them to radiofromhell@x96.com. It's our hype man, Zane.
Thanks, Zane.
So must-goes, send them in. We need them.
Spencer and Jess, the daycare daredevils, checking in from Salt Lake, paying tribute to Richard Simmons by sweating and being oldies. All right. My son used a moving company. They put all remotes, cords, hardware to put the beds together all in one box. That box arrived 2 months after the rest of their things.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
HVAC helper Scott of Orem moved because I had a literal, actual Nazi as a roommate.
Yeah, that's a reason to move.
Indeed. Mishak of Erta checking in. How much room does Gina have? I need to store some things so that I can relocate. Johnny B checking in, listening while eating some of my oatmeal fudge bars and making egg burritos for
I
breakfast.
want an oatmeal fudge bar. That
Would you
sounds
share?
good.
Come on.
Love an oatmeal fudge bar. Gina, there's a Warren's restaurant in South Jordan across from the district on 124 South, so you can get your milkshake.
Oh, okay, thanks.
There you go. Woodworker Willie checking in. Have a good day. Let's see. Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Good morning from a beautiful, foggy 56 degrees in San Francisco.
I would love it to be 56 degrees.
Yeah.
And foggy instead of smoky.
Yeah. Is today the things that must go day? Love Sid. Yes, and we need your must goes.
Send them in.
Roger of Millburn checking in. North Highway 89 all clear through Indianola.
Thanks, Roger.
That's great.
There you go. Well,
We'll take traffic from anywhere.
let's do some traffic then since we're here.
Yeah, Infiniteam is just that. It's there's no limit to the Infiniteam. What are you seeing on the roads? You can text us. Boy, yesterday morning that semi rollover at Parley's Canyon that closed things down for 5 hours. Right now, everything's smooth. Maybe you should just drive up to Parley's for fun this morning, even if you don't need to. Did hear from somebody that said, it got pushed down on our text line, but it was a Hill Air Force. Oh, there it is. Hill Air Force Base West Gate backed up onto I-15 both directions. They sent that in via text at 33986.
All right, we will take a break. We will be back after some messages and a song with Big Boy News and a Pinuendo. And Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game coming up. We'll explain how you play, what you'll win, coming up on the way with that. Now, the song that we have is an On This Day. It's a song you've heard before, but it's an On This Day, so keep that in mind. BigOTires.com.
Big O Tires, the team you trust. I go to the one, I trust the team on 2nd East and South Temple. But, I think I'd trust any Big O team.
Yeah,
sure.
Go to the one on Highland Drive. I've just had the little light come on that my tire pressure's low. I pull in. I don't even get out of my car. They'll come in and fill up the tires. It's great.
That's that lady who likes to remain seated,
Yep.
they say. Save up to $100 right now on Big O's legendary Big O brand tires. And those are the kind of tires I use the Big O brand on my cars and have for several years. That's $100 savings goes on now through July 28th during the sizzling summer sale at Big O. And also your air conditioning in your car. Stay cool. Big O will give you $10 off any AC service now through July 31st.
I can't imagine driving in this weather without AC.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Get them to check it out for you. They'll check everything out for you. They'll rotate your tires. They'll check your alignment, all your check engine lights, all of that. And they know that some of these things can be an unexpected expense. Well, they've got financing options for any budget, any situation.
And you can make an appointment online. That's a really cool thing, too. Visit bigotires.com. Find a location near you. They are the team you trust.
And that drop you just played reminds me of
Yes.
Muhammad, my son, not the prophet, eating his way through New York City.
Mm-hmm. That was a delicious-looking piece of cake.
Yeah, I tweeted a picture of a giant piece of cake he had at one point. And I sent Katie this. I don't know if she can get the steak picture I sent. But we went to brunch one day, and at brunch, Muhammad ordered a giant stack of chocolate chip pancakes, not the dollar-sized pancake, like regular-sized pancakes.
Full size, yeah.
And so this was a brunch place. You could get lunch or breakfast. So stack of chocolate chip pancakes and the skirt steak lunch special, which was a huge steak and fries. And he ate the entire
Is there a scientific explanation for this?
No, because he weighs nothing.
How tall is he?
I mean, actually,
How
believe
tall-
it or
how
not,
tall is he?
He's taller than me now.
Okay, I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah.
So what?
He's like 5'7" now. He's
5'7"?
taller than me. And so if you go to x96.com/live, you can sort of see the pancakes off to the right
Oh,
there.
and you got the frites, too.
And the steak free. You got
there we
the
go.
steak, and he ate every bite of that for
Looks
breakfast.
delicious.
He did?
Yep.
Oh,
Every
my
bite.
God.
Have you had him checked for tapeworms?
Yeah.
There were nights where we would have so that was brunch. We would have a dinner. We would leave the restaurant for dinner to go to the show we were seeing, whether it was my uncle's concert or a play. So like a 10-minute difference between dinner and show. And he would say, do they have a snack bar
Oh, my God.
at the show?
Which they do.
This kid's eating you out of house and home.
He is. Now, part of my stories I told yesterday
He ate a sofa.
Yeah.
was that Muhammad asked if he could take the subway in New York to go to a special store to buy his girlfriend a present. And I told him he could. It was kind of far away, so I said, yes, you can take the subway. He took the subway there, and when he tried to come back, there was an incident on the subway where there was a guy standing in the middle of the tracks, and they had to stop the train, and
Yeah.
So the station was closed.
station was closed.
Poor pump fake.
Poor pump fake.
Yeah.
Was the name of the guy.
You know, I Googled this morning to see if he was well known enough in New York.
A New York star
to see-
of
but
some
I couldn't
kind.
find any
No.
news about pump fake in New York.
But so because the station was closed, Muhammad decided to walk back to the hotel. And when he got there, he was soaking wet because it was raining really hard, and I had to dry out his coat with a hairdryer. So that was the story I told yesterday. I did get an email of interest about this.
An email of interest?
Yes.
About
regarding
your parenting?
Yes.
Oh, email of interest.
Is it negative?
Yes.
I didn't send it.
No, you didn't. Our old friend Janie Fleet sent it.
Janie. Good morning.
Janie says, hello. This morning, Monday, when you described your son's experience in returning to the hotel in the rain, I immediately questioned why he didn't take a taxi. Yes, it might have been somewhat costly, but that would have been a far wiser decision than walking dozens of blocks in the pouring rain. If he didn't have enough cash or credit card on him to pay for the cab, he could have easily phoned and asked you to wait inside the hotel lobby with payment until he arrived, and then called again when he was there so you could dash out and pay the driver. Respectfully, you have alluded many times on the air to money being available. I don't know how I've alluded.
I think she means you apparently have money.
You're okay.
You're well off.
She said a relatively short taxi ride in a huge downpouring of rain, and in New York City nonetheless, not the safest place to be walking at such a distance. Thank you for allowing me to present an alternative, more logical moment for your future consideration. My best, Janie.
Yeah.
Now, Janie, I appreciate you worrying about my son, and actually reading your letter, I started to worry that because because Mohammed called me from the subway station. He said, the station is closed. I'm going to walk back. So that would have been the point where I could have said, well, grab a taxi.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
that's what I was. I was gonna defend you saying that. Well, he was out in the wild,
Yeah.
so
No,
he made his own decision.
He called.
but he did call. So,
And I said,
Wow.
oh, well, it didn't occur to me at the time.
yeah. I mean, Janie's essentially right.
And so I was feeling bad. I was having the mom guilt. So I told Muhammad, my son, not the prophet, about this letter.
Yeah.
And he said, Mom, please let Janie know that I loved walking in the rain and it was fun. And I would have opted for that even if you had offered for me to get a taxi ride. I'm fine.
And that's not a particularly dangerous area.
No.
And what time of the day was it?
It was like 4 o'clock.
Or in the afternoon?
Yeah, it was light out. It
Yeah,
wasn't dark.
okay.
It was,
So a lot of people around. So.
but I appreciate Janie's concern, and Muhammad also appreciated.
Now I
Janie's
would have taken the taxi because I'm lazy. I'm not gonna walk all
That
way.
would be me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the taxi, man.
And it's kind of fun to take a taxi.
No,
No?
no.
Not fun?
No.
Maybe in London.
I got screwed over by a taxi driver in New York one night. It was New Year's Eve, and I was in New York to do something for the radio station. We had some winners who won this New Year's Eve party at this big club downtown. I forget the name of the place. And so I was to go with them. And I was only there for like 2 days. And I was staying with my friend, Jerry James. I didn't even have to have a hotel to stay with Jerry. And so after it was midnight and everything breaks up at the disco or whatever it was. And I go out trying to catch a taxi all the way uptown to where Jerry lived on the Upper East Side. And and finally there's a taxi, and I flag him down, and I get in, and I told him where I was going, and he said, "Okay, that'll be $50, you know." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I don't put up the meter. It's $50." And I said, $50? How can you do that?
And
he
I
said,
didn't tell you
he
before
said
you
because
left.
it's 1 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve, and I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Good luck finding a cab, yeah.
And I went,
And you had to give him $50.
I did. I went, okay. And I gave it to him, and I said, don't expect a tip.
But to bring it full circle, so I was there in New York to go to a concert where my uncle Tom Russell was playing.
Yes.
My uncle, back in the 70s, drove a cab in New York.
It was him.
And Robert Hunter got in his cab.
Robert Hunter.
Robert Hunter is a lyricist for Grateful Dead, wrote songs for Grateful Dead.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he hops in the back of the cab, and my uncle starts chatting with him and says, "Oh, I'm a songwriter." And the guy probably gets that all the time. And he said, "Why don't you sing me one of your songs?" And he sang him one of his songs, and Robert Hunter said, "Do you have a cassette of that I can have?" And they drove to my uncle's apartment, and the guy waited in the cab while he ran. This is how much he liked the song he sang.
Okay.
And he ran up to his apartment and got a cassette and gave it to him, and that's how he got his first in the music business.
Wow.
Was the Grateful Dead lyricist.
On this day, in 1981, Soft Cell released Tainted Love, the first single from their debut studio album, Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret. That Tainted Love, originally recorded by Gloria Jones in '64. And, of course, Where Did Our Love Go? The Supremes.
Yeah, little mix there.
Little mix there. Anyway, there you go, on this day. Big boy news and innuendo right now. And right after that, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You're going to win what?
Tickets to see Hot Wheels Monster Trucks at the Maverick Center August 10th and 11th.
All right. Hot Wheels Monster Truck tickets, 877-602-9696. Take the kid. They'll love it.
You'll love it.
You'll love it. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Line up to play. Frank Christ Presents. Everybody plays. Everybody wins. All right. Big Boy News Now, brought to you by
Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more in unemployment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart are your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Thank you.
Well, one sure way to get yourself thrown out of Disneyland is if they catch you scattering a loved one's ashes somewhere in the park.
If they catch you.
If they catch you, they frown on it.
Yes.
They don't like people doing that.
But keep in mind, the minute you step on the property, you're on camera. Everywhere.
No matter what, even in the. But I'm in this ride and it's dark. They can't see me.
There are no dead spots.
Yeah.
No. Whoopi Goldberg wanted her late mother to spend eternity in one of her favorite places at Disneyland. The View host is well known for being a fan of Disney, and during an interview with Seth Meyers last week, she revealed that her mother, Emma Harris, who died in 2010, also loved spending time at Disneyland, so much so that she wanted her ashes scattered there. Nobody should do this, Goldberg told Seth Meyers, but my mother loved Disneyland, so we took her ashes to Disneyland, and she loved Small World for some reason. I don't know why that would be. Ooh. And so we scattered some of her ashes at the Small World ride at Disneyland.
If you were going to have your ashes scattered at a ride at Disneyland, what would it be?
At a ride at Disneyland?
Yeah.
I think I'd like to have my ashes put in people's drinks. No, probably. It's weird, but the storybook land. Where you go.
I love the storybook land.
The mouth of Monstro the whale, and
that's not bad.
It's peaceful. That would be a peaceful final resting.
I can't pick one, so I think I'd send an army of people with vials,
with little bits,
throughout the whole place, and just make sure some of it's in the flower beds at Carthay Circle, my favorite bar.
The official cause of death of celebrity fitness guru Richard Simmons is under investigation. Simmons died at his L.A. home on Saturday, one day after his 76th birthday. No other significant details about his death were made available Sunday afternoon, but authorities didn't suspect any evidence of foul play precisely, but they said there were enough questions there needs to be some answers. The L.A. County Medical Examiner's Office said Simmons' cause of death had been deferred pending an investigation and necessary additional testing. That can mean weeks or even months before authorities can close the case with a cause of death, People magazine and the L.A. Times reported.
I mean, he fell in the bathroom. He couldn't have just been he hit his
Yeah, well, they
head
want to determine that was in fact what it was. I think insurance has a lot to do with this.
That's interesting. Yeah. Does Pauly Shore have an alibi?
Yeah.
He does.
I don't know.
Okay.
Some parts of Utah are looking hazier and hazier as wildfire smoke settles in. Bryce Bird, director of the Utah Division of Air Quality, said that smoke is coming from wildfires in California, in the Northwest, and also other parts of Utah. In an interview yesterday, Bird said high pressure last week that brought record heat largely kept the smoke away, but now conditions have changed and smoky conditions are expected to stick around for at least the next few days. However, the smoke is not yet at levels considered particularly unhealthy. Right now, we are not anticipating or forecasting really elevated levels because the fires are distant. But really, that could change. It's really dependent on the weather patterns. As Utah deals with smoky skies, Bird recommended avoiding driving as much as possible. I'm sure doing that. Also, he said people who exercise should make adjustments if they start to get bothered by the smoke. Once you start smelling smoke or you feel the irritation in your eyes, your lungs, that's a good indication that you should reduce your activity outdoors, maybe move exercise indoors when you can, and avoid that heavy exertion that brings more of those particles into your lungs. It isn't easy to track Ben McClain down for an interview. That's what Fox 13 News found. He's been on fire assignment. He's a federal hand crew captain for a team of wildland firefighters based in the Pacific Northwest, and he's been very busy lately. He said he worked 28 hours straight, and that left the fire line. Then he left the fire line to come home for an afternoon off. But what they're saying is that there are so many fires burning right now, there is a huge shortage of people who fight wildland fires.
Those hot shots guys? Is it those guys?
That kind of thing. There just aren't enough people to go around to fight all of these fires. They're saying that maybe if you raise the pay a little bit, they could get more people to do it. But it's tough,
That's
awful
dangerous
work.
They should be paid well for that.
Yeah, it's very tough work, but there is a shortage right now. Sugar House Barbecue. I used to love that place when it was down on 7th East.
Yeah.
And then it moved up to Sugar House.
It's been there for a while.
Well, quite a long time ago, yeah. Moved up to Sugar House. I don't know why I kind of stopped going after that. But
so this is your fault then.
Yeah, no, well, actually, it's not. It's probably the fault of the construction.
Believe me, I was down there on Sunday getting some takeout, and what a mess that place is. It's a crime what they're doing.
Sugar House Barbecue is shutting down next month after 26 years in business. The restaurant took a huge financial blow during the COVID-19 pandemic, never fully recovered, says the owner. On top of that, the cost of meat and every supply that we have to provide, whether it be go-to boxes or cups even, everything just got to be so expensive we were having to raise our prices just to keep up. We were never catching up. He said, so we're just going to have to close. Sugar House Barbecue plans to close on August 10th. So if you want some of your barbecue, get it now. A lot of former Donald Trump enemies are now his great friends speaking at the Republican National Convention. Governor Ron DeSantis, who he was going to be the real challenger to Trump. Remember that?
Yep.
He was going to be the one to blow Trump
our
away.
State. Everybody.
Yeah, we all the Republicans here got behind him because he's Trump without the baggage.
Yeah, well, Governor DeSantis yesterday, speaking at the Republican National Convention, publicly supported his one-time competitor Donald Trump.
Great leader.
Yeah, let's send Joe Biden back to his basement. Let's send Donald Trump back to the White House, DeSantis said. I don't know why they think Joe Biden lives in a basement.
Because Biden beat Trump from the basement last election. That was their thing. Biden didn't do any rallies, but Trump did.
We need a commander-in-chief who can lead 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. America cannot afford 4 more years of a weekend at Bernie's presidency, DeSantis said. Nikki Haley, who just detested Donald Trump.
Just 3 months ago called him a security risk.
Is now on board. President Trump asked me to speak at this convention in the name of unity. It was a gracious invitation, and I was happy to accept. I'll start by making one thing perfectly clear. Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period. And little Marco Rubio, he too was there.
So you should never
supporting
believe
Donald Trump.
anything they say.
No.
Ever.
And Eric Trump spoke with news reporters at the Republican National Convention, saying that the security failure in the assassination attempt on his father, quote, reeks of incompetence. Well, if anybody knows the smell of incompetence, it's Eric Trump.
I can spot that a mile away.
Anti-Trump protesters just blocks from where the Republicans are gathering for their national convention. Protesters fought for their right to be within sight and sound of the convention, something that was granted just days before their march after a legal battle with the city of Milwaukee. I decided to come out here and show my opposition to the Republican agenda, but more particularly really protest the fact that the Republican Party in these last few years have completely dumped their values, have dumped the idea of democracy in support of this con man, one protester told a reporter. It's not just the presence of the Republican presidential nominee Trump, but the ideology that the Republican stands behind that the protesters take issue with. Exactly. One of the main sticking points is former President Trump's rhetoric on the attacks on Gaza. When former President Trump during the debate called President Biden a bad Palestinian, it was meant as a slur, said a protester. You can't call me bad Palestinian. I'm a proud Palestinian, and I will always advocate for justice in Palestine. A couple of other quick items here.
At what point is he going to be calling for unity, or, excuse me, my way or the highway? Because that's what they mean. That's what they mean by unity and bipartisanship. That's what they mean.
In that.
The final concessions selected to be in the Salt Lake City International Airport. as part of its ongoing development were announced yesterday, with some local favorites at the top of the list.
Okay.
In total, 12 restaurants and retail shops were selected to be in Phase 4 of the airport's renovations, with planned opening dates in the fall of 2025 and 26. The newly announced concessions will be, let's see, Swig,
Okay, that makes sense.
Moab Brewery.
Okay.
Now, these are all Utah local things, but some of them I don't recognize. Aubergine Kitchen,
I don't know aubergine.
Moochie's,
I know Moochie's.
Yeah.
Mr. Charlie's Chicken Fingers. I've heard of that one.
That's before Raising Cane's was here. That's the one that Post Malone would go to.
Good Earth Markets.
Oh,
and
yeah, I've seen those.
Art of Aesthetics. This says they're all local brands. Additionally, Einstein Brothers Bagels, Hudson and Company, and Utah National Parks will have locations in the new edition. So Utah National Parks at the airport. I want to go to a national park, but I've only had a little time between flights, so I'll just go there.
It's just like being there.
And it is the buck moon. This next full moon, it's called the buck moon. It's so named because male deer antlers are in full growth mode. Don't I know it? At this time during their annual shedding process. So sometimes they call the July full moon the feather molting moon. That's not so good.
That's not as catchy as.
Salmon moon. That's not bad. And the month of the ripe corn moon. But most commonly, it is the buck moon. There'll also be a Perseids meteor shower. It's active mid-July to late August.
It's also a porn star's name. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Buck Moon here on Cletus FM with more Garth Brooks. There you go.
Hi, I'm Ripe Corn Moon.
Let the men do this. Yeah.
All right.
Buck Moon.
That's it.
Oh,
Sports weather traffic.
We have a national anthem update.
By the way, I'm making that person a boner candidate.
Oh, should I not do this then?
Well, you can. It doesn't matter.
We could say. I'll save it.
Save it.
I'll save it there.
Because it's based on her comment.
Okay. U.S. men's Olympic soccer team announced their roster, including Taylor Booth from Eden, Utah. We'll have a local to cheer for there. He currently plays for the Netherlands. He's a midfielder for the team, but he's listed as a forward for Team USA. This will be the first time the American men's team is back at the Olympics since 2008. And in other local news, Utah baseball's Kai Roberts selected by the San Diego Padres in the 2024 Major League Baseball draft. That's your sports, weather. Smoky today, as we were talking about just a minute ago in the news. And we're flirting with 100. Hey, 100. Hi. 99 today. We'll actually
Take a look at this.
We'll actually go all the way with 100 tomorrow. And still another chance of some thunderstorms. I came out to my car this morning and there were broken branches all over my yard. It must have gotten really windy last night. Traffic, we have crash southbound I-15 milepost 308. That's North Temple, and it's off to the right shoulder there. That's the only accident that UDOT's reporting. You can report. You are the Infiniteam, all of you. Let me know what you're seeing on the roads, and I will pass it along. The legendary Big O brand tire is on sale now during the Big O Tires sizzling summer sale. Stop in. Save up to $100 off the Bigfoot AT or Legacy tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Frank Christ in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Christ, the reaper of celebrity souls. He takes the souls of dead celebrities and whisks them away to the distribution center in his electric scooter. And Frank has joined us to play a game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Yes, it's a ghoulish dead celebrity game wherein a contestant has to select a celebrity out of a list of 4, a dead celebrity that Frank has given me. And who do we have to play?
Looks like Rob is here.
Rob, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's nice to hear, Rob. Now, Rob, you can win a fine prize if you identify the dead celebrity here. What is the prize, Gina?
X96 welcomes Hot Wheels monster trucks to the Maverick Center August 10th and 11th. If you'd like more information about that event, go to x96.com.
All right, Rob, I've got the list that Frank has given me. Bear in mind, this is very hard for Frank to do every morning because he loves these celebrities. Don't you, Frank?
Oh, I love them. We all love them.
Now,
What kind of a question was
Well,
that?
yeah,
So I'm
you
sorry.
got Frank mad there.
Of course, we all love them.
I really didn't
Don't
need
you?
to ask that.
Don't you love them?
Yeah, well,
Yes, I do. I
Of
do.
course you
I
do.
do. I
You
do.
want to be just like them.
I do. I do. On this list, Frank has given me 3 of the actors they're fine. They're just fine. But one of them, Frank has taken. You tell me which one it is, Rob. You'll get the tickets. Here we go. Because it's National Lottery Day. These are all actors in movies about the lottery. Number 1, Barbara Eden. She was a Genie in the TV show I Dream of Jeannie. Other roles include Rosalind Pierce opposite Elvis Presley in the movie Flaming Star, Lieutenant Kathy Connors in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and a single widowed mother, Stella Johnson, in the film Harper Valley PTA and the TV series of the same name. Her lottery movie, Loco Love. A man agrees to marry the hot-tempered sister of a lottery winner to get financing for a restaurant. Number 1, Barbara Eden. Number 2, Stephen Root. Jimmy James on the NBC sitcom News Radio. Milton Wadhams in the film Office Space. He voiced Bill and Buck Strickland on the animated series King of the Hill. Stephen Root has appeared in numerous Coen Brothers films, including Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, The Lady Killers, and No Country for Old Men. He was in To Leslie, about an alcoholic woman who squanders her prize after winning the lottery. Number 2, Stephen Root. Number 3 on this list is June Squibb. Her first film role was in the romantic comedy Alice by Woody Allen. She later had supporting roles in films The Age of Innocence, In and Out, Meet Joe Black, About Schmidt, and Far From Heaven. She's in Nebraska, wherein an elderly man and his son are on a quest to claim $1 million lottery prize. Number 3 is June Squibb. And finally on this list, Seymour Cassel. He was nominated for an Academy Award for John Cassavetes' Faces. He went on to appear in Cassavetes' Minnie and Moskowitz, The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. Wes Anderson frequently uses Cassel in movies like Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, and The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. He was in It Could Happen to You, about a cop who wins the lottery. Number 4, Seymour Cassel. Rob, one of those actors is dead. Who is it?
Barbara Eden?
No, she's
sorry.
fine.
That's a good guess. It's
She's
a good
very
guess.
old.
That's fine.
She's 92.
Hanging in there.
We're going to give you another chance because we believe in second chances here on Frank Chris Presents. So listen carefully.
Excellent.
All right. Is it Stephen Root, June Squibb, or Seymour Cassel?
I'm going to go with Seymour Cassel.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good thing to go with.
Died in 20. Don't go with him, though, because he's dead.
No, he's dead.
2019, he died at the age of 84. So congratulations, Rob. You get the monster truck tickets. Okay?
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hang on the line. What do you got going, Frank?
I don't like hearing that Barbara Eden's 92.
I know.
Oh,
That means
she's a treasure.
that means pretty soon I'm going to get the message. I gotta go. You're a royal watcher, aren't you, Gina?
Sure.
Is Camilla Parker Bowles okay? 77 today.
You should go check on her.
Should I check on
Yeah.
her?
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering if there was anything I should be looking for.
No, I mean, you know, Charles has the cancer.
You should be looking for a change in a mole or a wart.
Oh, okay. Well, Charles has his big speech here. I'll go and check on both of them. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, Frank.
Goodbye, Frank.
Just one accident being reported by UDOT. That's a crash southbound I-15, milepost 308. That's North Temple, and it's off to the right shoulder. And that's all UDOT's saying, and you haven't sent anything in via text. Yes, I'm talking to you. You're out on the roads. You see what's happening. I'm already at work. I can't tell. You need to tell me what you're seeing out there. 33986.
All right, KXRK Provo. After these messages, it's your list of things that must go, so stand by for that. Stockton 12 Honda.
Yep, Stockton 12 Honda. It's the Honda Summer Event happening right now at Stockton 12 Honda, going on through Labor Day. You could drive into summer with a brand new Honda from Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought a couple of cars from Stockton 12 myself. They're terrific people, and they're really great to do business with. Act now, and you'll get an offer that you love at Stockton 12 Honda. For instance, they have the Honda Pilot in now, the 2025, the brand new model, and also the new 2025 Honda CR-V. I've had both of those cars before, and they both are just terrific. The CR-V now comes in a hybrid version too, which is interesting, and can't wait to try that one. So whether it's new or certified, pre-owned or used, your perfect vehicle is at Stockton 12 Honda. They always have competitive pricing. And check out the new all-electric Honda Prologue at Stockton 12 Honda. Where are they located? Well, they're right there in the Southtown Auto Mall. You take the 106 South exit off of I-15, you go to the Southtown Auto Mall, and there they are, Stockton.
X96.
Phoebe in Cottonwood says, I have all these things that must go, and she texted him in from Cottonwood at 33986. Phoebe, you got to email us, radiofromhell@x96.com. That's how you get us your things that must go.
That's how it's done. Sorry. In where?
Cottonwood.
Cottonwood.
It's all one word.
Oh, there. Yes. All right. But things that must go, brought to you by
X96 welcomes a day to remember to the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater this July 21st. You can listen to Corey O'Brien in the evenings all week long for your chance to win tickets. For more information, go to x96.com.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things that must go from your life. You can't stand it anymore. I can't stand no more. So you say, I know, I'll send this to Radio from Hell, and maybe this, it'll make me feel better, and maybe these things will actually disappear from my life. So if you want to participate in Must Go, just send us an email, radiofromhell@x96.com, put Must Go in the subject line, and then state your grievances, and we'll see what we can do about it. Let's see, I'll go first. I have a couple of my own. I'm tired of this phrase. We just don't need to hear, I love me some. Yeah, I love me some fried potatoes.
Oh, but I love me some fried potatoes.
I love me some scuba diving. I love me some peppermint. I don't give a, just, that must go. I love me some. And then phone interviews. Like on news programs, particularly, where the correspondent is interviewing someone on the phone, and there's a dog barking continually in the background, or a child crying continually in the background, or whatever it is.
Or they're in
At
their
least
car with the
acknowledge
window
it.
rolled down.
At least acknowledge it, or say, you know what? Let's continue this at another time, because it's too irritating. Let's. But they just don't even acknowledge it. The dog barks and the people talk, and it's. This one says, "You may use my name." Okay, Flint. This is your sole left-leaning listener in Montpelier, Idaho, which is Bear Lake area. My thing that must go is unsatisfying buttons that don't click. Like the gummy ones on my garage door opener. Some kind of positive feedback, like a beep, so I know I pushed it. That's all. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
This one says, feel free to use my name, Data Dave. Old milk must go.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids. One is 5, the other is 2. They love milk, which is fine. What needs to go is finding sippy cups that are half or more full of milk that has been left out for God knows how long. It's gross and plays havoc with my OCD. I love them dearly, and they aren't old enough to blame, but I have grown to hate milk more than just about anything else in the whole rotten old world.
Wow.
I'll keep the kids, but the milk can just get the hell out. This one says, poor work ethic, laziness, cost of living, taxes, crappy government, greed. Oh, my God, the list goes on. Must go. Tana. And then finally this one, I'm in the process again for the more than I can count time to verify and re-list all of my medications and supplements for a medical appointment. Why is it that it's always recorded incorrectly? Yeah. I mean, if it's so important, why can't they ever get it right? Please, please, for the love of all that's holy, make this go away. Thank you, Lords Anonymous. Gina?
This is from Ashley. Things that must go. The 30-minute lines to get onto Hill Air Force Base. People can't get out of their driveways on Hillfield Road. Hundreds of cars idling. It must be pretty bad, and it must go. This is from Ian of Sandy. Dearest Lords, feel free to use my name. Me remembering for weeks and weeks each Tuesday to send these in, only to forget to do so by the time I've gotten home to listen to things that must go. But you did it this time, Ian. You got it. Let's see. Bill's current and increased bodily struggles must go. Bill, having largely dropped the moniker Handsome Bill Allred, must go. Really? Given his strong stance on a few subjects, in my opinion, he should be proudly referring to himself as the handsome and youthful Bill Allred of the Great Salt Lake City.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I don't feel so handsome these days.
Let's see. And finally, having no air conditioning myself at home, and for y'all in the studio during these 90-degree-plus days, fans and spray bottles bring little or no relief.
Yep.
Let's see, this from Ann in Immigration Canyon. One thing that must go is tiny public bathroom stalls with doors that open toward the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I'm exiting the stall, you have to almost back up and stand over the toilet to get the door back open again.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, finally, these from Tony, my things that must go. Being unable to decide what to bring to a picnic. That's terrible.
Oh, no.
And Carrie being unable to finish off a milkshake because we're just served too much at restaurants. I
Yeah.
can't finish them either.
I can't, no.
Carrie?
All right. Let's see. This one from Whitney. My sister and I have been keeping this list. So here we go. Things that must go. Cold butter on toast, pancakes, waffles. Cold butter on anything, really. Agreed. When the camera doesn't pause long enough in a show for you to read a text message.
Oh, yeah,
So
when
you
they
have
show
to-
a phone.
You have to go
yes.
back. You have to hit pause, find your glasses, and read it. Yeah. Packaged foods with a perforated edge that you shouldn't need scissors for, but when you pull the tab, the top part of the package is still sealed, and you need scissors anyway. Pickle jars with lids so tight that you need a husband to open them.
Where do I get one of those?
That's what I always call my husband. The long goodbye on the phone, especially in a professional setting. It goes like this. Okay, great. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Sounds good. Thanks for the call. Anytime. You have a great week. You too. You too. Have a good one. Have a good one. Am I being held hostage? There you go. Let's see. This one from Zane. Did you ever notice when you first watched Independence Day, the movie, you realized the president didn't have any Secret Service with him until way later in the show?
Oh.
Interesting. Our air conditioning went out. It was 90 degrees in our house for about a week, so bless you all for dealing with this AC situation. I love being a redhead, but what must go is that I get a sunburn very, very easy.
Sure, yeah.
Washing her car, and then the bird decides to make it dirty right after you get it washed.
Yeah.
And my wife not being able to get better after 2 visits to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zane.
Now make that 3 visits, and she's in so much pain.
Oh.
Marianne, let's see. Had a blast at a water park with my twins yesterday, only to wake up with positional vertigo.
Oh, I
this
hate that.
morning.
I've had that.
Luckily, I'm married to a physician, and he knew how to talk me through the positional exercises needed to at least get me to the point where I can stand up again. I suspect it was one of the wild slides I went on at the water park that triggered it, but that must go. And finally this. I have just one very annoying, totally inane problem. When eating your way through a jar of peanuts, you sometimes get that one really
That
bitter,
one, yeah.
really
Ruins the
bitter
whole thing,
peanut.
yeah.
That's got to go.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Let's see. Situation southbound I-15, 13th South, milepost 306. It is off to the right shoulder. We also have, let's see, this one is southbound I-15, milepost 308, North Temple. That is also off to the right shoulder. And a further program says 84 East is down to 1 lane for construction. Getting South Ogden is backed up on Highway 89. Thank you for that. Ogden 12th Street is a mess. Lights out at Depot Drive, 4-way stop. UDOT fixing concrete eastbound 12th Street, Wall Avenue. Traffic down to 1 lane. Thank you, friends of the program, Infinity members, for sending those in. Here's another one. Westbound 84 Ogden Canyon down to 1 lane due to repaving. Traffic is moving slow from Iguana to Morgan. Thank you for all of that. 33986 is where those came in. Nightingale College provides the opportunity for an ideal work-life balance from the comfort of your home with 100% online nursing classes and no waiting list. Become a Nightingale nurse. Apply for their upcoming spring semester at nightingale.edu.
All right.
All right, we got boners coming up here. The candidates you'll be voting for today. Boner candidate number 1. Look, it was only a light tap on the arm. Boner candidate number 2. Sorry to say, babe, but that was you last night. And boner candidate number 3. Well, I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture was actually on the sole of the shoe.
All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these. Stand by. Zero res.
It's National Carpet Cleaning Month, and
The hell you say?
you must celebrate by cleaning.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
By cleaning your carpet, not just your carpet. Zero Res does everything: carpet, tile, rugs, upholstery. Basically, every surface in your home can be zero resified, and lots of reasons to do it. It's summer. You're having parties and things. I like having it done after the party.
Yeah, they did our tile that's in our entryway and in our kitchen. Looks great.
Yeah, that's probably something you haven't thought about doing. Or your air ducts. They'll clean those too. If you've got allergies, asthma, pets, that kind of thing, your air ducts could be full of all kinds of nastiness. So call Zero Res, 801-288-9376. When you do, ask for the X96 special. Book and schedule your appointment today. Get 2 tickets to Broovies Cinema Pub while supplies last. You can get tickets and showtimes at broovies.com. But go to Zero Res, zerores.com, or call them, like I said, 801-288-9376.
Broke her ankle at the roller derby at the Derby Depot.
It's dangerous.
It can be. This is the second time. The first time she broke her ankle, it was her left ankle, and it's been a long time now, like 9 years or something. And now, 9 years later, she's broken her right ankle. So hopefully she's done with breaking
They'll
ankles.
match now.
Yeah.
And so she won't be skating in the St. Patrick's Slapdown tomorrow at the Derby Depot, 1415 South, 700 West. But don't let that stop you from going. Tickets are only $10 for. It's a doubleheader. You know, the first bout is really fun because it's the juniors.
Oh, the kids.
And damn, they're faster than the older players, and they're aggressive. It's fun, and there'll be food and raffles and all that kind of stuff. But I say that all in the way of giving it a plug, but also to tell you about that my wife and I had to go to Tosh the other day to visit the orthopedic surgeon.
Up at the U?
Yeah. It's Tosh is down on Fashion Boulevard.
Oh, that one.
Out in Murray. And Tosh, by the way, stands for the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital. And there are some orthopedists there, top orthopedists in the world.
Wow, really?
Yeah. One of the guys who, I can't think of his name right now, who did my knee the first time, he was like, he did Tiger Woods' knee and, all
it's the old Cottonwood Hospital, right?
Yeah. Yeah, essentially, yeah. So at any rate, we had to go to Tosh and her ankle, they won't have to do surgery or anything. It's fine. But as we were leaving, walking down this hallway, and if you go to x96.com/live, I think you'll be able to see. My wife stopped and she pointed, and I went. It's a picture of Tom Barberi, Gina's dad.
Pop.
A framed picture.
It's his author pose.
Yeah, he's got his hand up to his chin.
Your
or his
fist
cheek.
on your cheek.
Yeah.
It's his author pose.
And I would assume it was a publicity photo for the radio.
No, that was his
newspaper column
picture.
And it was on a wall. And then there were some skiers, and I didn't really look at who the other names were. And his name is not there.
Or is anybody's name
Well, I
there?
don't think so.
You're just supposed to know.
It's just his picture. It looks like there's some writing. I didn't.
Oh, maybe
look that
he
close.
autographed it.
Yeah, I can't tell.
There's some writing on there.
He may have autographed it.
But I don't know.
So it's.
Oh yeah, it says. I think it does say his name, but there's no label. It's on a white wall.
He's famous enough. He doesn't have to have his name.
He was famous enough, Gina. Please. I'm sorry that we have to speak of him in the past tense, but he has passed, and so we do. But the wall, it was just a white wall, but then it's got writing on it, block letters, wrestling, basketball, things that people get hurt at, skiing, doing. Did he have to go to Tosh for something?
So he played football and wrestling in college, and he he had his neck fused there due to an old football injury.
So it was an old injury that they finally had to work on. but I just think it's weird that it was kind of a really not a very nice looking display either. You know, this big white wall.
I wish you'd shown more of it.
Yeah,
so I could
just
see,
took a quick picture, but
rest
it's well, you can get an idea. It's covered with writing like that, you know, with block letters, various sports, and it's just not well done. And I thought, but no indication of who that is or really.
They felt he was famous enough they didn't need to say.
Well, I said to my wife, now I had work done at Tosh on my knee some years ago, and I said to my wife, oh, why isn't my picture there?
Don't they know who you are?
Why isn't my picture up there?
You got to know the right people, I guess.
I guess. I'm going to lodge a complaint with Tosh. I'm going to say, I agree that Tom Barberi should be there. I love Tom Barberi, but I've probably had more work done at Tosh than he has. I've been operated a couple of times there.
Were they sports injuries, though?
I could claim that they were.
Sure.
They were.
Just say pickleball.
Yes. Yeah, that'd get me in.
That's all you have to say.
Actually, what I'd have to tell them if I told them the truth is that probably they're a result of my career as an actor. And that's probably true. I screwed up my back and my knees being an actor.
Both of you have pictures like that out at Hoops.
Yeah.
They're framed pictures. And there are sports figures there.
That's right.
And
yeah, there are a lot of jazz players there at Hoops Vision.
And I can't remember if they have your names on those or people are just supposed to assume who you are.
No, I think there's a little plaque or little metal thing. I think
somebody take a picture and send it to us.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I can't remember.
I don't even. I mean, I've been to Hoops a lot in the last while too, but I don't know where. I know it's still there, but I don't
hanging
remember
in the hallway
where.
There.
I think I saw it last time I was there. But at any rate, if anybody from Tosh is listening and has any clout, it would be better for me if you just got a hold of me. Bill at x96.com and tell me when you're going to have my picture, and I'll select the picture for you. Tell me when you want it, and I'll bring it out. Or you should send a messenger to pick it up. Send a courier to pick it up. I'm not going out there again.
You want this today? You want this
not today,
no.
But I expect action soon.
This wrong righted immediately?
I expect action sometime this month.
This slight?
Yes, I expect action sometime this month, or you will see picketers out in front of Tosh. Demonstrators will be out in front of Tosh. And
Shame on Tosh.
Shame! Until the
Photo
picture
dispute.
goes up. That's right. Until the picture goes up.
Photo dispute. Shame on Tosh.
Publicity photo dispute. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to get a framed photo of my dog, Ripley, to take to the vet.
There you go.
See how that goes.
Ripley's a famous animal.
See how that goes.
To be serious, it was nice to see the picture.
Yeah.
I kind of went, Tom. I don't miss him as much as you do.
Well,
because he's your dad, but I miss him.
On my way to work every day, I drive past the monument we did for him up on Guardsman.
Oh yeah,
and it's a big bronze plaque that you can see from the road.
Where is it exactly on Guardsman?
It's on the east side, right across from the football facility on the other side.
I know
of the street.
I know where that is.
It's huge.
Oh, I haven't been on Guardsman in a long time. I didn't know you'd done that. I mean, I knew there was a ceremony, but
yeah, we did it. Yeah. There's a tree there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Bill, think about let us know now where you want your plaque and your tree, and we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Because we know the process.
You know where I want it?
Wow.
Right next to my buddy Tom. That's what I want.
Wow. Cranberries, but you knew that. All right, let's get to some big boy news and opinionuendo, but surrounding that, it's like a sandwich.
Okay.
One side on this side. Boner of the day, 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, July 17, 2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. Well, it was only a light tap on the arm. Terrell Davis, retired Denver Broncos Hall of Fame running back, took to social media on Monday demanding answers from United Airlines after he said he was placed in handcuffs and removed from a flight from Denver to California after it landed on Saturday. Davis said in social media post he was traveling with his family to Orange County when he lightly tapped the arm of a flight attendant who didn't hear or ignored a request for ice for his son. Quote, I calmly reached behind me and I lightly tapped his arm to get his attention again to ask for a cup of ice for my son. His response and the events that followed should stun all of us, Davis said. The former Broncos star said that the flight attendant allegedly replied, "Don't hit me," and then left the beverage cart and walked to the front of the plane. I was confused, as were the passengers in front of me who witnessed the exchange, said Davis, who said he thought nothing of it other than this particular employee was incredibly rude and blatantly wrong in his accusations of me hitting him. Once the flight landed, Davis said the pilot asked everyone to stay in their seats, while several FBI and other law enforcement officials approached him and put him in handcuffs.
Wow.
Without any explanation, in front of my wife and children, while the entire flight of the passengers watched in silence, Davis wrote in his post. He said he was removed from the plane in handcuffs while other passengers recorded video on their phones. During questioning, it was rightfully determined by the agents that this flight attendant was inaccurate in his accusations against me, and the agent profusely, the FBI agents, profusely apologized, even offering to support me and my family in any way possible. He said Monday he'd not heard any response from United Airlines, but in a statement to Scripps News Denver, United said that the flight attendant in question had been removed from duty. This is clearly not the kind of travel experience we strive to provide, and we have reached out to Mr. Davis's team to apologize. We have removed the flight attendant from duty while we closely review this matter. I refuse to stand by without speaking out on this disgusting display of injustice and deplorable treatment by United Airlines, said Terrell Davis. So apparently they had enough cooperation from everybody sitting around him saying,
"What? You didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything. You just tapped him on the shoulder." Boner candidate number 1, it was only a light tap on the arm. Here's boner candidate number 2. Sorry to say it, babe, but that was you last night. I'm sick of hearing this.
What?
Ingrid Andress and her singing of the national anthem. I've heard it so many times, and it's painful.
Yes.
It's just awful to listen to. She sang the national anthem at the 2024 Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game, baseball All-Star Game. And she now has announced that she's going to rehab. The 32-year-old country singer revealed in a statement that she was intoxicated while performing and has made the decision to get help.
Which is great.
On Twitter, she posted, "I'm not going to bull S ya all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to Major League Baseball, all the fans, and this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let you all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun." Ingrid. That was not me last night. I think I would have been okay with this had she not put that in there.
Yeah.
No, babe, it was you. It really was you. And there's one other thing I don't understand about this whole story. If she was that intoxicated, who let her go out there and do that?
Well, that goes
Because
to
it must have shown.
That goes to my conspiracy theory is that she wasn't drunk. She thought she was doing good.
Oh, that this is a PR
That this
pivot.
is, wow, we got to say something.
We got to say you're drunk. Or
That's-
no one's ever going to buy your
again,
music again.
I'm Mr. Aluminum Foil hat on this one, but, you know.
That's boner candidate number 2. Sorry to say, babe, but that was you last night. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Well, you know, I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture is actually on the sole of the shoe.
Boner candidate number 3, coming up after this. Big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by...
Do you live or work in a building with an elevator that just doesn't seem to cooperate and loves to inconvenience you on a regular basis? Do your property or building manager a favor. Tell them to call Metro Elevator, Utah's preferred vertical transportation experts, 801-946-7003. That's 801-946-7003.
Well, Billy Ray Cyrus's estranged wife, Firehose, can...
Fire Rose.
What is it?
Fire Rose.
Oh, okay. His estranged wife, Fire Rose, can no longer use his credit cards.
Really?
A Tennessee judge has ruled. Good news for Billy Ray. The country crooner's estranged wife can no longer use those credit cards. In June, Cyrus asked a judge to grant an emergency restraining order to prevent his ex from utilizing the card and others, as he accused her of charging $96,986.05 between May 23rd and June 7th. Are you sure her name isn't Fire Hose?
It kind of sounds like Fire Hose now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
$96,000 in a month?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? I want to know what she bought.
Well, I don't know.
Condo?
Williamson County judge has granted Cyrus's emergency motion to freeze Fire Rose from being able to use his credit cards. The judge found no legitimate reason for her to have access to and make any additional charges. The July 10th order also said that the Old Town Road singer and Fire Rose must exchange income and expense statements as well as asset and liability statements by July 11th. I don't know why she had those credit. I guess they're not divorced, and she had the cards, so really awful. A new horror movie starring Hugh Grant has some moms of missionaries in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints concerned. The movie is called Heretic, and it isn't in theaters until November 15th of this year, but an A24 movie trailer was recently released. Online, it said the movie is about 2 young missionaries who get trapped inside of a man's home. These are sister missionaries. I was realistically horrified.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That someone would make a movie about torturing missionaries, said Angie Cobble. She's in a private Facebook group dedicated to helping moms of missionaries. She said moms in this group have discussed the movie trailer. I think there's some fear that there could be copycats on that, or this will be a jumping off point for people to be inappropriate with the missionaries. That makes me nervous as the mom of a missionary who has already had experiences with people who are aggressive, Ms. Cobble said. Meanwhile, Mom Lauren Labram said, I'm not nervous about my son being on a mission as far as being kidnapped, but first of all, my son is 6'4" and 240 pounds.
Good luck kidnapping him.
Her son is serving a mission. Yeah, go ahead, try.
Yeah, tall people have never been kidnapped.
Her son is serving a mission in New Jersey, and other concerns bother her more, like is he eating enough? Is he getting enough sleep? And how is his general health? Well, maybe the movie addresses that kind of thing, too.
Well, he offers them pie. That's how he gets them to come into the house.
But there are going to be a lot of people worried about this movie here in Utah. That's certainly for sure. And another missionary story, special homecoming last week for 20-year-old Micah Hyde. Hyde was returning home to St. George after serving a 2-year mission in Seattle for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Waiting for him at the St. George Regional Airport were about 70 to 75 family members, friends, and loved ones. However, one person Hyde didn't expect to run into was one of Utah's most famous residents, Post Malone.
Well,
we went over there, and he's like, oh, my gosh, like it's good to meet you, man, and welcome home, said Hyde.
He's just a nice guy.
Hyde went into further detail about the encounter he had with Post Malone. You just would never expect there to be that big of a celebrity, you know, like Post Malone is like a huge name, and there he is flying on Delta out of St. George Airport. However, what Hyde didn't know was before arriving at the airport, his family had actually run into Post Malone outside of the airport. While filming with their phones, Post Malone gave a message to Hyde, a phone message. Tell Micah, congratulations on getting home. This is a message that Hyde was excited to see when he arrived just before 3 p.m. You're kidding. This is crazy, he said. And then Hyde says, Post Malone's still in the airport. You want to go talk to him? And so I went over, and he said, and he hugged me, which was super cool. He called me by my name and said, he was like, Micah, it's nice to meet you, man. And I was like, holy cow, like you remember my name? And the interaction was already exciting enough. Hyde also wanted to leave Post Malone with something that was near and dear to his heart. I have a Book of Mormon, and all my friends are like, you got to give it to him. So I ran over, grabbed it, pulled him out of security. I gave him the Book of Mormon. I told him, it's the best book in the world, man. It'll change your life.
Oh, God.
Well, that's sweet, It was really cool to see him give the Book of Mormon to Post Malone because it's like a big staple of our family and of our church.
He should have one if he lives here. He should have one.
Do you have one in your house?
No.
Gina, you live here.
Yeah.
Would someone get Ms. Barberi a Book of Mormon, please? I believe she needs one.
I believe we're only about a block away from several free ones. Okay.
I think she needs one for her house.
Yeah.
But he said, hey, thank you. And I mean, he was just so gracious and
Yes.
nice.
No, this texter puts it very succinctly. Missionaries shouldn't be listening to Post Malone's music anyway. It's deemed inappropriate.
A premature baby boy was born between the sliding glass doors of the West Valley City overflow shelter.
Oh, wow.
Thursday last week. The baby and his mother were transported by paramedics on scene, leaving behind a small crowd of residents and staff members who moments prior had been talking the woman through labor. The sequence of events had unfolded quickly and unexpectedly. About 5 a.m., the 22-year-old woman began to toss and turn. After a while, her partner woke up beside her, as did another resident of the overflow shelter who waved over a staff member for help. The staff member quickly realized her water had broken, called an additional staff member to help. They called 911. The EMTs were there fast, super fast delivery, and looks like everybody's fine. But it's a particular challenge for homeless service providers in Utah as the end of April approaches. What?
Is this an old story?
I guess.
Okay.
But it's talking about the fact that the overflow shelter is closed now. And, it's just people get stuck in these situations. The baby is doing fine, though, according to this story.
Sports weather traffic, sorry.
Okay, it's hot. Almost 100. 99 for a high today. Patchy smoke is still around, and we still have a chance of some of those afternoon thunderstorms popping up with this monsoonal moisture coming in. We'll be about 100 tomorrow. And we just stay in the upper 90s, low 100s for all the way through. I'm looking through the first part of next week, it looks like, unfortunately. Traffic, we have a crash. Southbound I-15, milepost 308 North Temple. It's on the right shoulder there. We also have, let's see, there's one right here. Northbound I-15, 158 South. Left shoulder affected there. Milepost 286. Crash southbound Washington Boulevard, Adams Avenue in South Ogden. Southbound to eastbound lane closed there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, please text us and let us know. Send it in at 33986. Nightingale College provides the opportunity for an ideal work-life balance. From the comfort of your home with 100% online nursing classes and no waiting list, become a Nightingale nurse. Apply for their upcoming spring semester at nightingale.edu.
All right.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Well, I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture was actually on the sole of the shoe. A Donald Trump-owned company is selling sneakers featuring the image of the former president bloodied and defiantly pumping his fist in the air moments after he survived an assassination attempt. So on the side of the sneakers, there's a picture, blood on his face, pumping his fist in the air. For $299, Trump supporters can now be the proud owner of the limited edition Fight, Fight, Fight High Tops.
You can see them at x96.com/live.
The white high tops feature the stars and stripes alongside the photo of Trump's fist pump with the slogan Fight, Fight, Fight emblazoned across them. Despite the attack, Trump stood tall and resilient, leading the crowd with a powerful fight, fight, fight chant, says the website on gettrumpsneakers.com. These limited edition high tops featuring Trump's iconic image with his fist raised honor his unwavering determination and bravery. 5,000 pairs of limited edition shoes for sale, which will be randomly chosen to be autographed by Donald Trump. You know, I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture was actually on the sole of the shoe.
Yes.
Boner candidate number 3.
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. It was only a light tap on the arm, but Terrell Davis, retired Denver Broncos Hall of Fame running back, he got handcuffed. He just tapped a flight attendant on the shoulder and said, "Hey, my son needs some cup of ice." Well, the flight attendant took this as an assault, and Mr. Davis was handcuffed and escorted off the plane, and finally they sorted it out, and he's getting the apologies he deserves. But boner candidate number 2, sorry to say it, babe, but that was you last night. That country singer singing the national anthem so horribly at the All-Star game. She says she was drunk. She said, but that's not me. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It is you.
Yeah.
And boner candidate number 3, I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture was actually on the sole of the shoe.
Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. We're going online is easy, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, July 17, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Okay, you got 4.5 minutes to get your vote for Boner of the Day in. Now, right after we award Boner of the Day, is it the X poll? Did we decide?
Yeah.
Okay. And is it the one we talked about?
Yeah.
I think so, which is what?
So the X poll is, here's the question for the X poll.
Yeah.
So, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. That's the question for the X poll coming up. Stand by. All right, 7:48. Let's award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by hot dogs.
And Gracie's open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday till 3 p.m. Live entertainment nightly on the patio. Gracie's located at the corner of 3rd Southwest Temple. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Well, it was very, very close.
Oh, it was close. One vote.
One vote separating the winner from the second place challenger.
Wow.
113 votes for number 3. I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture was actually on the sole of the shoe. But 114 votes for boner candidate number 1. It was only a light tap on the arm. Terrell Davis getting handcuffed and escorted off the plane.
Interesting. There you go. That's your boner of the day for today, July 17, 2024. Now qualified to be boner of the week. That'll be decided by Dave the Flower Guy. He's just going to come in here on Friday and just tell us who boner of the week is. All right. Well, this is one of the more well-thought-out X-polls that we've ever had.
It's an experiment kind of, too,
Is
isn't
it sponsored, Gene?
No.
No, and that's good, because I don't know how this will work.
They would demand their money back.
No, I think this could be interesting.
Well, let's see.
877-602-9696. How you doing?
That's the question.
That's the X-poll question.
Yes.
No, really.
So how you doing?
How are you doing?
How you doing?
It's interesting that we thought about this today because at dinner last night, having dinner with my husband Joe and Muhammad, my son, not the prophet. I'm not having dinner with the prophet.
Oh, good.
And we're kind of talking about the state of the world, and I worry a lot. I worry about my kids. I worry about the country. I worry.
You worry about me?
I talked about you at dinner, Bill, and I'm worried about you. And Muhammad said, "Mom, anything you're worried about, either you can do something about it, or you can't. If you can do something about it, then do it.
If you can't, shut
And
up.
if you can't, you need to stop worrying about it because you can't do anything about it." I thought that was pretty wise of him. We had a longer discussion.
You sure it wasn't the prophet?
Wow.
We had a longer discussion, though, about, but worrying about things that you don't have control over, it's really hard to not do that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
worrying about the state of the country. What can you do about that? Well, you vote,
Yeah.
but you still worry about it.
You know what I'm worried about right now? That nobody's going to respond to this X-poll.
Well,
877-602-9696. The question is, so how you doing?
How you doing?
there's a texter who's replied already. How am I doing? Air conditioned.
So better than us.
Okay. So how you doing?
Just had an increase in my antidepressant dosage, so I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's Jake.
Jake.
Hello, Jake.
Hi, Jake. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from all the way up here in Brigham City, Utah.
All right, Jake. How you doing?
I'm doing freaking fantastic.
Really?
Tell us
That's
something
really
good.
good.
Tell us
Why?
something good.
What's going on?
Why?
Well, me and my wife, we're expecting our first.
Okay.
Work has been fantastic. Hopefully geared up here for a promotion in just a little bit.
Okay.
And despite all the craziness that's going on in the world, for me personally, life is good.
I'm glad to hear that.
So life is coming up roses for Jake.
When's your baby due,
Yeah,
Jake?
our baby will be here at the beginning of December.
Oh, so you got a little
You got a
ways
while.
to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, congratulations! Congratulations on the baby and on the promotion. Have you thought of a name for the baby yet?
We're thinking Canyon.
Canyon.
Okay, that's a strong name.
Can I talk you out of that?
Yeah. Is it a boy or a girl?
That's a boy's name.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
Okay. How about A canyon, huh?
Are you sure I can't talk?
How
to you
about ravine?
No,
Just
not ravine. Ravine's a terrible name.
The man they call Ravine.
How about gully?
No, not
No?
gully.
No? Crevice?
No.
All right.
Well,
Thanks,
all right.
Mike.
Way to go.
You know, it's December, so it's a ways away. So
Yeah.
think about it. All right. Let's go to Selena. Hello, Selena.
Hey, Selena, where are you calling from?
Hi,
Hey,
I'm calling from Salt Lake City, Utah.
and how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so lovely. Within this whole week, I got concrete in my eye, had to go to the doctors, he slammed my hand against the truck, got that bruised. And yesterday I fell off the truck with a bucket of water and hit my back.
Wow.
I'm so good.
So your answer to our question, Selena, is sarcastic.
Yeah, you're not
You're being
fine
sarcastic.
at all.
Surprisingly, I'm doing pretty good, really. So my fiance said, "Are you okay?" And I just go, "You know what? I've had so much worse."
Well,
Okay,
that's
well, that is a great way to look at
that's
it.
that's a
It's been quite
positive.
Yeah.
It's been a good day, but wow, a little lucky.
Okay.
That's a positive attitude. I don't think you deserve to have one, but there you go.
All right. Thank you.
Good for you.
All right. Let's go to a good friend of the program, Allison Sabo.
Hi, Allison. So how you doing?
How you doing?
A good friend of the program, Allison Sabo of South Salt Lake, Mother of Dogs, is not doing great.
Oh, no.
I had a slight electrical fire in my home last week.
Wow.
And all of the money that I had been saving and all my credit card that I had paid off, I was planning on going, I was calling it the circumnavigation of Wyoming. I was going to go on a road trip next month. All the money that I had saved needed to go to pay for that upfront cost. But as Mohammed said, the wise Mohammed Barberi, he said, if you can't control it, why worry about it? But if you can, do something.
Exactly.
I am working my butt off to get pictures and everything to an insurance company because it was my neighbor's tree that fell on the electrical line on my property.
Yeah, that's
so
not
it's
your responsibility.
It's their fault.
Go
So
get 'em.
I am submitting pictures to hopefully get some of it reimbursed, and that's what I'm doing about my situation.
You go, girl. You go.
You know, I don't know. Maybe
Bill.
I think the advocates could take something like that, or at least
Or they might have a suggestion.
have a
on what to
suggestion.
do.
So
Yeah.
UtahAdvocates.com.
Oh my God, I didn't even. Oh goodness, sorry.
I mean, if it involves insurance companies,
Yeah.
that's really what they.
Yeah.
At least they could
you
give
know,
you some
maybe I'll give
direction.
them a shout. Yeah.
Sure,
Please do.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Allison,
Good luck,
see you later.
Allison.
Thank
But
you very
things will get better. I know it. All
They
right.
will.
Love you
They
guys. Bye.
They will. All right. Well, this Expo's
Yeah.
turning out to be okay.
Yeah.
So the question for the Expo is, hey, how you doing?
I'd rather not say.
Well, you can do that. Yeah. All right. A lot of I'm fine, I'm just fine.
Well, I
being,
thought we might.
Yeah.
being texted. There you go. We'll continue the Expo after these.
Not sure what this means. Medical problem. I-15 southbound near the collector ramp to go to 21st South. 2 right lanes are blocked. Traffic backing into downtown Salt Lake. I don't know what a medical
Well,
problem
they probably have ambulances and stuff on the
Yeah.
scene for something.
for something. Let's see. We also have crash northbound I-15, 158 South. Left shoulder affected there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, please text us. Let us know. 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's see. It's 7:57 KXRK Provo. The Expo continues after these with. So, how you doing?
How you doing?
And then, of course, it's Beat Gina after that. So your phone calls are required for the next little while. Stand by. Advanced Window.
Right? Advanced Window Products, a local company. We've been to the plant, and they do everything there. It's terrific. They started the company 37 years ago.
Family-owned business.
Yeah, and terrific people.
High-efficiency replacement windows. So you're hearing this going, well, how do I know if I need to replace the windows in my house? Older home, maybe your heating and cooling bills are high.
Yes.
Actually, replacing your windows can help both in the summer and in the winter.
Absolutely.
So if you call them right away for, 10 windows or more, you get, how much is it off?
It's $2,500 off 10 windows or more. That sale goes through July 31st.
This month.
So call them 801-850-9100, 850-9100. And make sure you tell them X96 sent you. If you want a little website to look at, too, it's advancedwindows.com. They really are terrific. Nate and Jake are great people. It's Advanced Windows.
Did you know?
33986.
Well, like Rachel in Santaquin did. She's fine. She's just fine in Santaquin.
In
But
Santaquin.
we're looking for more details than fine, just fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, we need a little bit more than that. Because that's the X poll. Is this sponsored, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay.
It should be.
The X poll continues with one of those really hard questions.
Yeah.
So, how you doing?
Yeah, we really want to know. 877-602-9696.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? So let's go to Trixie first of all. Hello, Trixie.
Trixie and where?
Hi, I'm in South Salt Lake right now.
How you doing, Trixie?
Trixie,
How you doing, Trixie?
How you doing?
I've been better.
Okay.
I worked for a company that used me for advertisement for being trans, and they were supposed to be very accepting of it. They even got a video, a commercial of me, and they ended up firing me for being trans.
Oh.
Now wait. So they used you because you're trans to make some advertising point. I guess we don't need to go into that.
Yeah. No names, please.
But then they fired you for being trans.
Yep.
That
Because
doesn't-
some religious person went up to HR and told them being me offended them. Their religion is why they let me go.
I'm sorry to hear
And
that.
I'll bet if you look at their religion's proper texts, it doesn't say anything in there about trans people.
Well, why?
No.
So are you going to attempt to do something about this, or are you going to just?
Yeah, I'm trying because I've got a lot of hospital bills, and I'm trying to get a lawyer and stuff.
Okay.
I have a GoFundMe.
All right. Well, Trixie, let's put you on hold, and we'll get your number,
Maybe someone will have some information.
Katie. Maybe somebody might call in or let us know where Trixie could go for
Some help.
advice, at least, at the very least.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Hang on, Trixie. All right.
Hang on.
I'm wondering if Wade Taylor might have something to say
maybe.
about this. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's go to Walker. Hello, Walker.
Walker, how you doing, huh?
Doing great.
Good. Where are you calling from?
Calling up from Logan, Utah.
So why are you doing so great?
Oh, beautiful day up here. It's about 3 degrees colder up here than it is down there.
I'd take it. I would take 3 degrees colder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It makes a difference at the end of the day.
Yeah. How about what's the air quality like up in
Is it
Logan
smoky?
these days? Is it smoky or?
It's not terrible. It's a little bit smoky. Yeah, nothing crazy, honestly. Usually it gets a lot worse. But I can't see the south side of the valley, so could be better.
Well, all right. Sounds like you're a happy guy.
Oh, I'm trying.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Thanks, Walker.
Thank you, Walker.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Let's go to it's Whiskey Mike.
Whiskey Mike. Where are you calling from, Whiskey
Hello.
Mike? Where are you?
From down in Provo. I live
Okay.
in Spanish Fork, but I'm calling from Provo right now.
All right.
Okay. And so, how you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm glad that I followed the call with Walker and not with Trixie, because I would have felt very guilty about how good things are going for
Those
me.
things are good for you, yeah.
That's a rough thing that Trixie's doing
Yeah,
with.
well,
Now,
hopefully
why are
somebody...
things going so good for you? What do you think?
I have worked in the operating room for 27 years and just recently changed into a doctor's office, and it's so nice dealing with patients when they're awake.
They've been asleep for years.
I would think that it would be
it's a-
better to deal with them when they're asleep, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Mike,
Well, probably if I had worked 27 years with them awake, I would probably love to have them asleep for a
Probably.
while.
are you, Mike? Are you a physician's assistant or a nurse or what are you?
I am a nurse.
Okay.
All right.
Well, good work that you do, sir, and I'm
Yes.
glad you found
Yeah.
a spot.
Yes, indeed.
Do you remember me, Bill, from the rock show down in Spanish Fork?
Oh yeah, sure do.
Yeah, you
I
brought,
was thinking that was you.
You brought
yeah.
that nice bottle of whiskey. Yeah.
as it turns out, it probably wasn't exactly what you enjoy.
Well,
it was a liqueur and not actual whiskey.
Oh, Bill enjoys all of it.
It's a flavored whiskey, but I'll drink any of it.
He finds a way. It finds a way. All of it finds a way.
It does.
Right.
There are no full bottles in Bill's house.
There are not. Yeah. Right. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's go to Steph. Chat room Steph. Hello.
Oh, hey, Steph.
Hi, Steph. How you doing?
Hi.
How you doing?
I am doing so good.
I'm glad to hear that.
Excellent. What makes it good?
As you guys know, I've had some trials and tribulations in my past, and I've just kind of stuck my head down and done the work, and now I have been promoted at my job to a really great new position. And it's honestly my retirement job. I could do this for the rest of my career.
Great.
And just things are really, really great. My family are healthy. My kids are doing well. I've not ever been in this position before, and it's kind of foreign, but I'm happy.
Steph, if anyone deserves this, it's you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're a hard worker.
We're all proud of you. I know Ed is proud of you. So
You've worked hard. You've worked hard to get it.
Yes.
So
well done.
Way to go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good to hear
so
from
much.
you,
Steph.
Steph.
Let's go to Lindsay. There's Lindsay. Hello.
Lindsay.
Hello.
Hi. Where are you calling? Where are you?
Taylorsville.
Oh,
Okay.
And how you doing?
Yeah. How's it going? How you doing? Huh?
I'm doing good. I called back and talked to Dr. Cobble a while back, and I was sick for like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this awful tooth that was bothering me for like 3 or 4 months. And I finally was like, I need to have this pulled. And I am so glad I had the tooth pulled, and I'm so happy. I can't even explain.
Oh,
good. The awful tooth.
Did you found somebody out on the street to pull it for you, or did you go to a dentist, or what did you do?
Well, I went to the dentist.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. Glad you got that taken
Glad you're
care
feeling
of.
better.
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful, and I love listening to you guys, and I wish you a good day.
Thank
you.
Okay,
You too.
thanks. You too.
Thank you. Well, it's that Dawn.
Hey, Dawn.
How you doing, Dawn?
How you doing?
Well, I was fine, just fine. Hold on. Until I heard Trixie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
So now ask me if I'm okay.
Are you okay?
No, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, maybe somebody listening will be able to point Trixie in direction of
Yeah.
where they can get some help.
That's nice of you to
I
care.
said the
Dawn.
advocates at the same time as you did, Carrie.
Oh, that's
what
what the
time I said advocates.
yeah. That's with the tree thing. Yeah.
Yeah, call the advocates.
All right.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
Dawn.
and one last thing.
Yeah.
So when I do need tires again, I'm going to Big O.
Okay.
And my store is West Valley, over by Two Necks and stuff there.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Dawn.
That's valuable information,
We'll
Dawn.
give them a
Thank
heads
you.
up. All right.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Don. Bye-bye. Some texts must goes or X polls
yeah.
coming in. Sorry. With everything going on, I feel like Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons riding the bus. I'm in danger.
Oh.
I'm fantastic. Things have never been better.
Oh, that's good.
Here's one. Celebrated 40 years of marriage on the 6th, so yeah. Kayla here. I'm not great. I'm fearful with the election coming up. I'm trans. I already work in Utah County, which is rough enough. I don't really feel comfortable coming out at work, just genuinely worried about the future for not just myself, but many others. I don't blame you. Let's see. Aortic dissection and the aneurysm on January 11th.
Ooh.
Our surgery, aortic graft material. Wow. Is this their way of saying I'm not okay?
No, they say still this side of the grass. I'm freaking amazing. This
okay.
is somebody that went through something terrible, but is grateful to be here.
here. Okay, that was a long, confusing text. So, let's see. I'm getting ready to go to my diagnostic mammogram. I'm going to be fine, just fine. I'm getting new teeth today. I'm so excited.
Yay!
All right. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, traffic.
Heard from some friends of the program saying heavy traffic southbound I-15 around 2600 South in Bountiful. A couple different people. Josh in Centerville, a couple different people sending that in. Southbound I-15 starting around 5th South and Bountiful near the, it's near standstill. Don't know what the holdup is, but emergency vehicles are there. So thank you for sending that in. Maybe that just happened and UDOT hasn't gotten to it yet. Let's see. We have a crash northbound I-15, 158 South in Salt Lake. And let's see, medical situation, southbound I-15, 13th South, milepost 306. Whatever you're seeing, share it with us. Send it in, 33986.
All right. There we go. Beat Gina coming up. Ooh, Beat Gina. I've got leftover Corey Feldman trivia.
Is there any other kind?
If that doesn't get you to call in, I don't know what will.
These are questions that have not been asked yet. So what is the prize for Beat Gina?
Catch 30 Seconds to Mars, July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Well, there you go. 30 Seconds to Mars tickets for Beat Gina. 877-602-9696. For those 30 Seconds to Mars tickets, call after some messages and a song. Play and win Beat Gina coming up after all of that. We also have some news for you on the way as well. Stand by. BigOTires.com. Someone warned the West Valley location that Don is on his way.
That's his location. There is one near you, wherever you are. There's over 50 locally owned and operated Big O Tires. You find the one near you by going to BigOTires.com. That's also where you go to make an appointment.
Yeah, Dawn, I would suggest that you try the Big O brand tires. That's the house brand. They're legendary Big O brand tires. You can save up to $100 through July 28th on the Big O brand tires. Also get $10 off any AC, air conditioning service now through July 31st at Big O Tires. And Big O is more than just tires, and they want to keep you safe on the road, so they have all kinds of alignments. They have oil changes, rotation. They want to balance your wheels, make sure your brakes are good, your batteries, shocks, struts, fluids, all of that stuff. Big O Tires, the team you trust. As Gina said, make an appointment online. That's really, really great. BigOTires.com is where you do it. They are the team you trust. Well, it's time for the donut critic. Benjamin Lee is here with us, and he doesn't have donuts this time, but something interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't bring donuts. Next time I can do that.
Yeah.
But what I've brought you today is the hottest thing in Utah. It's a Utah-based company that just launched yesterday.
Really? Wow.
So what we're going to be talking about is Spilt. Have you guys ever heard of Spilt?
No.
Okay.
No.
So let me talk a little bit about it. It's a new company out of Utah County, and they do caffeinated chocolate milk. And I think this is going to be a game changer.
Wow. Caffeinated chocolate milk.
Yeah, so I brought in all of their different flavors, and we're going to taste them on air. But before we taste them, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you drink protein drinks?
I used to.
Occasionally.
Occasionally,
used to. But
Okay.
I haven't much lately.
Okay, so that just frames up what the tasting will be. Because if you're going to be tasting this chocolate milk compared to a rich chocolatey one like Coco Metro, then like you're going to be disappointed. So I feel like in the frame of that, I want to go over and start talking about that.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, in front of you, you have a chocolate one that has...
Now, there's two chocolate ones.
So there's two chocolate ones. One has 140 milligrams of caffeine. That's the black one.
That sounds like a lot.
So it's an energy drink.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
And then the other one has 60 milligrams.
Okay.
Okay.
So how these came about, the owner, who is over 40 years old, said, I like chocolate milk and I like energy drinks. How can I put them together?
Combine the two.
Yeah, so what he did is more or less just concoct it and then went on a competition in New York. I think it's called the New York Milk Launch, which I've never heard of this competition.
Did not know there was such a thing.
But he won $150,000 to continue this and create this and has brought it to Utah. So,
All right.
You know, I know a lot. Like, I'm thinking about my son who plays sports, who drinks protein drinks and energy drinks separately. So I'm thinking that's kind of who he will be all over this.
There's
I'm
also
guessing.
a vanilla.
Yep. So there's a vanilla milkshake.
It says milkshake. The other ones don't say milkshake. Why is that?
It's just the flavor.
Just the flavor. Yeah. So there's probably like a maltiness to it. So.
And then there's the strawberry milk.
Yep.
I used to love strawberry milk.
I'm going to try the vanilla.
Go ahead.
I thought you were going to try the strawberry. You changed your mind. Okay, let's.
Well,
So this also is like a
Which one are you
direct
gonna
comparison to Fairlife. So my wife is obsessed with Fairlife. Almost everybody around me, especially in any of the fitness communities, love Fairlife. And this has fewer calories than Fairlife, less fat, and 0 sugar.
See, you
It's
had
quite
me.
good.
You had me thinking this wasn't going to be very sweet, or that's.
I had to frame it up for you.
No, but that's a really tasty drink. Like
Yeah,
you were
very
like
good.
warning me. Okay, this is good. No, that's really. I had
All right.
chocolate, just the plain chocolate milk.
I'll try the strawberry then.
This is very sweet but good.
Yes.
And it tastes like a protein.
Right. So I actually really like the strawberry milk, and I'm usually not a strawberry milk fan. Yeah, I really liked it. It's
That's
subtle.
tasty.
That takes me back to childhood with the strawberry quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is very vanilla-y. I mean, really.
Yep.
It's really nice, strong vanilla.
That's actually really tasty.
Okay, this is just essentially is strawberry milk, but you say it has caffeine in it.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm deeming it the Mormon coffee, maybe the
Mormon
next
coffee.
Okay, yeah.
Now, where can people get this stuff?
So it just launched on Amazon and on their website, spilt.com, which is spelled SPYLT. And you can also get it at Harmon's right now, too. So, but no, this is going to be competing with Fairlife. So everyone's been running to Costco trying to get their Fairlife, and it runs out so quickly. This is
I don't know what Fairlife is really. It's a shake or.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like big corporate Fairlife to me has always bugged, and as my wife has just been searching, it's kind of been exhausting. And so to have this come along and have this be a caffeine alternative as well is actually really exciting.
Yeah, I looked at so the ones that are 60 grams, that's about the same as what's in a cup of coffee.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I looked it up because I wasn't sure where that fell. So then this Max one though has double that
So it's
in
like
it.
2 cups.
That's the one I had this morning, and that is 140 milligrams. That's an energy drink.
You feeling it?
I am.
Hey, maybe it'll give me the shakes.
But I drink energy drinks every once in a while, but I'm really preferring to have them without carbonation, and so this was a perfect version.
I think most energy drinks taste terrible.
These
I don't
taste
care
really
for them.
good. I'm surprised.
But one of the owner's goal was to also include vitamins and calcium and other things that energy drinks don't give. And so he knew that there was probably going to be a teenage to 20-year-old crowd that's going to love these, and you're going to get more of those vitamins and more of the benefits.
Now, I'm looking at the label. A couple of these are lactose-free, it says.
Yeah, so lactose-free. So if you're lactose intolerant, these are also an option. Also something that prohibits people from enjoying milk as well. So
these are lactose-free.
And they're stable, shelf-stable as well. So
you don't have to refrigerate them.
Yeah, until opening.
Yeah, but I think they probably taste better cold.
Oh, absolutely. Mine's ice cold. And
Now,
that's
can
why
I-
it tastes so good, I think.
Will these be okay if I just let them get warm and then put them back in the fridge?
Yeah, as long as I can't remember the temperature, but as long as you don't get them over a certain temperature, they should be fine just on your shelf or in your basement.
Don't leave them out in the sun. That's what he's saying.
But yeah, I did a chocolate milk tasting last year, and I included some protein drinks, and so it was kind of a fun variety to like see people's reaction between regular chocolate milk and protein.
That's tasty.
And they did really well, but I want to do one that's just protein drinks, and so this is going to be probably one of the more popular ones. I'm guessing at least.
Someone's asking what the protein content is. 20 grams.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that's different on Fairlife. They have 30 grams in their milk. This one's 20, but like I said, fewer calories, few fat, and
because it's 90 calories a can. So yeah,
I do think it is a little bit trippy to be drinking milk in a can. I mean, I don't know.
Weird.
If
I have to admit.
Yeah, because you're used to a carton or at least like something plastic, and then to have it a metal can is a little.
Pour it in a glass.
It doesn't bother me.
Pour it in a glass. That's fine.
Yeah,
the vanilla was very tasty. I'm tempted to drink the rest of them, but I know.
I was going to say, pace yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm going to take my son will love these, so I'm going to take these from
Spilt, SPYLT. Yeah. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Is that right?
2 weeks, and I should have my winner of the donut competition. So I'm running that next week, like a March Madness bracket, and we start with 32 donut shops, and we narrow it down to the top.
All right, and people can go vote
Yep.
on Instagram.
Yep, so we're doing Instagram story voting. So go to Donut Critic on Instagram. All voting cards will be in stories, so you'll be able to click which of those winners. And it narrows it down by day. So we'll start on Monday, and each round goes day by day until Friday's the winner.
Okay, starting this coming Monday.
Coming Monday on the 18th.
All right, Ben Lee, Donut Critic. Just look for the Donut Critic on Instagram, and you'll find him.
Thank
I
you
know
all.
you will.
Well, this is tasty stuff.
Yep.
Thank you. REM. Thank you. All right. It's time for Beat Gina. Is this a sponsored feature?
Catch 30 Seconds to Mars July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Listen to us all week long. We have tickets to give away. Todd Newcomb has them too. More information at x96.com.
Hang on, Johnny. I got your theme song here in a sec.
At x96.com.
All right. All right.
Here we go.
I'm fine. Yes, it's time for Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola, your Beat Gina announcer. And guys, it works for me. It can work for you too. Like me, you can learn how to be good looking. We're offering you the most complete system ever for improving your total appearance. Discover how to have your good-looking days every single day of the year. Techniques that actors use to look much handsomer than they really are. How to flatten your stomach. 14 days to a perfectly toned body. How to dress sexier, releasing your inner good looks. How to turn bad features into best features. 10 ways to look taller and leaner. And so much more. The Good Looking System contains 2 world-famous bestsellers, Inner Looks for Your Face and Building a Better Body for Your Physique. Together, they'll show you how to unleash every ounce of handsomeness and sex appeal you were born with. So, order from this radio station now. The Looking Good System costs far less than a new sport jacket, and yet it's unconditionally guaranteed to do so much for your looks. Buy it today. And now, here's a man who doesn't need any of that truck. He's good looking from day one. Your handsome host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola. All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Looks like you'll be going up against Tawny today. Tawny, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Tawny. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage. Heads or tails, you call it.
Tails.
All right, tails is what she wants. Here we go. It is tails.
Oh, you're one step closer to winning these tickets to see 30 Seconds to Mars, July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, Tawny, this first question is for you to answer exclusively because you won the coin toss. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer that same question correctly, stealing your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Multiple choice questions. Corey Feldman trivia. Because
That's the proper reaction.
We
Johnny.
thought to ourselves, what's the most popular subject that we could do trivia on? Yeah, okay. First question for Tawny. Here we go. Tawny, what was Corey Feldman's first movie? What was Corey Feldman's first movie? Was it 1, Time After Time? Was it 2, The Goonies? Was it 3, Get Over Me, Debbie? Or was it 4, Saxophones for Chile?
I'm going to go with 2.
The Goonies? Which would have been a
Goonies, yeah.
good guess, you know, but I put it there just to confuse you. Sorry about that.
I didn't know he was in Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell and...
It might be a different Time After Time. I don't know.
Oh.
But there you go. Time
There
After
it is,
Time.
a point for Gina.
Yes, so you can look. You can IMDb
I will.
that
Not
later.
now. Not now. That would be cheating now because I would
It
be
would
looking
be.
up Corey Feldman.
Yes, you would. Gina.
Yes.
He used to hang out with Corey Haim.
Yes.
All the time.
The Coreys.
And no. What was the nickname given to him and Corey Haim?
Oh.
What was
Not
the
the
nickname?
Coreys, okay.
Was it 1, the two Coreys?
Okay.
Is it 2, the Neverland Ranch Hands? Was it 3, the soon-to-be-dead duo?
Oh.
Or 4, Corey Squared?
I believe it was the two Coreys.
Two Coreys, that's correct.
Yes, there you go. That's 2 points for Gina, I'm afraid, Tawny. But it's your question, so you could get back into the game here.
Tawny, what was Corey Feldman's first role ever? His first role.
Different from first movie.
Different from first
Okay.
movie. What was his first role ever? Was it 1, Petticoat Inspector Number 2 in Oktoberfest Massacre? Was it 2, a commercial for McDonald's gift certificates? Was it 3, Cook County Assessor's office clerk in The Blues Brothers? Or 4, a daycare kid on 8 is Enough?
Oh, man. Oh, it's between 2. Let's pick 2 again.
You like 2? You are correct.
All right. You've got a point. Gina, it's your turn, and you could win with this question.
Okay.
Corey was nearly fired by Joel Schumacher from The Lost Boys in 1987. Why?
Okay.
Why was he nearly fired? Was it 1, he refused to answer to his name Corey, but insisted that you address him as Edgar?
That's his character's name.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it number 2, Edgar Frog deserves his own trailer. He's the real star of the film. Is it 3, I've worked with Richard Donner and Joe Dante. You're a hack. Or is it 4, he showed up on set on marijuana and cocaine and not having slept in 2 days?
I'm going to go with demanding he be called Edgar.
You think, huh?
No?
Oh.
All right, Tawny, you could tie it up.
I'm going to go with, I guess, a 4.
Number 4 showed up on set. Yes, that is correct.
All right, the game is tied, and Tawny controls the question. You could win here.
Tawny? Now, this could be a problem.
Oh, okay.
Because all of these are Corey Feldman films.
No joke answers
There are no
here.
joke answers here.
No, get over it, Debbie.
Okay, I'm ready.
Get over me.
Get over me, Debbie. That's my sign-off today, by the way.
What movie does he cite as the most fun acting experience of his entire career? Most fun. So think about it.
Okay.
Is it 1, The Goonies? Is it 4, Meatballs 4? Yeah, they made one.
Okay.
And he was in it.
And he was in it.
Is it 2, or is it 3, The Lost Boys? Or is it 4, Pauly Shore is Dead?
That's also a real
Also
thing.
a real thing, yes.
Oh, my. Oh, I mean, he was on coke and drunk and Lost Boys, right? Or whatever you said. Let's go with 2 again.
Do you want to go with Lost Boys?
Yeah, let's go with Lost Boys.
Oh, no.
Oh, Gina?
Dang it.
I'm betting the Goonies.
Goonies is correct.
And Gina wins the game. So sorry, Tawny.
Oh, Tawny, that's too bad.
Oh, man.
I know you feel disgraced, don't you?
Oh, no, not disgrace.
Now I want to
Tom.
watch those movies again.
No, you don't. No.
I tell you what, don't watch those movies again. Why don't I send you to a concert instead?
That's a good idea.
30 seconds tomorrow,
that's
July
amazing.
30th. Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Even though I beat you, Tawny, I'll give you those tickets.
Another actor with a band. Go see him. All right, hang on the line, Tawny.
I've got to go. Mrs. Ola and I are having a movie and a lunch. We're having tuna sandwiches and the Goonies.
Ooh, nice. All right. Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Step into a prehistoric world with T-Rex 3D playing at Clark Planetarium's IMAX Theater. Witness the King of Dinosaurs in jaw-dropping 3D as it roars to life on one of the biggest screens in town. Perfect for the whole family. This adventure is one you don't want to miss. Get your tickets now at clarkplanetarium.org.
This past Sunday, Despicable Me became the first animated movie franchise to gross over $5 billion at the box office, according to Variety. The franchise started in 2010 with Despicable Me, spans now over 6 films, which includes 2 spin-offs focused on the beloved Minions. They're so cute. And a third one in the works. Despicable Me 4 ushered the movie into this record-breaking territory after it garnered $88 million this past weekend at the box office.
Wow.
Despicable Me's franchise surpassed the Shrek franchise, which had previously taken home $4.2 billion at the box office. Not far behind that was Toy Story, $3.27 billion.
Mhm.
Ice Age, $3.2 billion. Frozen, $2.7 billion. Jeez. Only 15 franchises, including Despicable Me, have reached $5 billion at the box office. The animated franchise now joins the ranks of Avatar, Transformers, Jurassic Park, and the Avengers films in terms of money made. Well, the Catholic Diocese of Salt Lake City has lost an incomparable treasure. A bone fragment believed to be from the New Testament's Mary Magdalene.
Really?
That's where Cathedral of the Madeleine gets its name.
Oh, I didn't know.
The fragment, smaller than a fingernail filing, has been in the Cathedral of the Madeleine in downtown Salt Lake since 1918. Woven into a red cloth, imprinted with a fleur-de-lis pattern, and glued onto cardboard, the relic was encased in a bronze and glass reliquary, which sat on an altar. On July 10th, cathedral staffers discovered the reliquary shattered on the ground and the relic missing. They contacted the police, offered a $1,000 reward for information about it, and now the Reverend Martin Diaz believes they know the culprit. We have a fairly good idea who took the relic, Diaz said Monday, and I don't believe he even remembers he was here. This was a sad case of a person who thought he could steal something valuable, the priest added, but the glass case that houses the relic normally takes 2 people to move. Diaz is realistic about the improbability of recovering the consecrated item, but not hopeful. Miracles happen all the time, he said. We even have a saint, St. Anthony, who is the saint of lost things. The diocese is praying, but Diaz believes the relic is gone forever.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute, but I don't understand why he says we think we know who did it.
We think we know who did it, and maybe this person
is someone that...
or sold or destroyed it.
I don't know.
Or,
they know more than they're saying.
That's so typically Catholic, right?
Yeah.
There's always more to it.
I don't know. I think that they say more than they really know usually. There it is. A Lakeshore, Utah County man has pleaded guilty. Oh, Gina, you should be doing this story. This is the crime scene story.
Which one?
This bizarre guy who used to be a running back in college. The story starts in Ogden, and it's very weird.
Yeah, he pleaded guilty Tuesday to the second of 2 unrelated killings he committed over 2 days. One in Ogden and one in Spanish Fork. These happened in 2022. Christian Tail, a 30-year-old former Southern Utah University running back, already pleaded guilty to murder, a first-degree felony, and a random killing of Ryan Hooley of Spanish Fork on June 26th. Tail admitted to beating Hooley before stabbing him to death. Hooley's body was found near a dumpster behind a business in the early morning of July 8th. The next day, July 9th, police found Tyler, I sort of remember you doing this story, Bill, when it happened.
Yeah.
Bellinti, I think is how you say his name, 23 of Arizona, partially hanging by the neck from a piece of gym equipment at an apartment complex on Adams Avenue in Ogden. A witness reported seeing Tail approach Bellinti and began strangling him with a rope or strap, kicked him numerous times. So the police found him at the scene of that murder. And he said he's being directed by a higher power to purge the city and has no remorse for the killings.
Of course.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
There you go.
Very bizarre.
All right.
Let's see. Do we still have a little time here?
One more story, sure.
All right, we'll do this one. Based on data from local media reports and American Meteor Society, a loud boom which rattled New York City residents yesterday morning, NASA officials attributed it to a daylight fireball meteor. People saw it.
Oh, this was during the day. I didn't realize that.
A fireball reportedly flying across New York City at 11:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It was moving at about 38,000 miles an hour, passed over the Statue of Liberty and headed toward New Jersey before disintegrating. NASA said there were also reports of military activity in the area where the fireball was seen. That could explain the multiple shakings and sounds reported to the media, NASA said. But New Yorkers reportedly heard and then saw it. So there are no meteorites fell from the fireball. According to American Meteor Society, a fireball is simply a very bright meteor. It's brighter even than the planet Venus when visible in the morning or evening sky. A good 1,000 meteors of fireball magnitude occur in the Earth's atmosphere every day, but they are usually not seen. But this one, people all over Manhattan saw it and just went, what the hell?
Wow.
That'd be something, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be incredible to see that? All right.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Okay. Well, we don't have time for all these bad anthems that I sent
We
you?
can set aside.
Can we find some time for that?
Some time for that eventually.
Okay, because I think we should.
That's
hear
a whole
them.
segment.
That's a
I
whole
think,
segment.
yeah.
Sure. Tour de France. I thought you might have made this a boner candidate, Bill.
I saw this. Yeah.
A fan who is pictured seemingly throwing crisps. Those are chips. Potato chips.
Yeah.
At 2 riders has been arrested.
I think specifically they were Doritos.
Oh.
But so the Tour de France, part of what makes it so dangerous is the roads are just lined with people, and there's no wall or anything to keep them from doing things
they can get you.
Yeah, but he was throwing chips at a couple of different people. He has been arrested. There's video of it. I can share it if you want to see it. That's your sports. Weather. Flirting with 100. Hey there, 100. Looking pretty hot over there tomorrow when you'll actually be here. 99 for a high today. We do have that smoke we're dealing with and possible thunderstorms overnight again tonight. It'll only get down to 72 for a low. We stay in the upper 90s, low 100s. I'm looking all the way into the first part of next week, I'm sorry to say. Traffic, heard from a few friends of the program. Lights are out 106 South Redwood Road. Treat that as a 4-way stop. Somebody else says there's an auto pedestrian accident on Foothill just before Foothill Village. Haven't seen anything on UDOT on that, so you got ahead of UDOT there. We have a crash southbound I-15, 5th West in Bountiful, milepost 318. We also have, a bunch here right before Point of the Mountain. Let's see if they're all related. Crash northbound I-15, 158 south. We have another one southbound I-15, milepost 285 in Lehigh. And then another one, southbound I-15, SR92 exit on the right shoulder. Those are all boom, boom, boom right there just before Point of the Mountain in Utah County. Stateroom presents Making Live Music Memories. Check out Tito Puente Jr. with Coco Garcia Rumba Libre Band on August 3rd at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these with your list of things that must go. Stand by for that. True.
Oh,
man, that's a good way to cool off in a way. You know?
I was just going to say, this would be a good time to have some true fruit, some frozen treats. I had some last night. Now, at home, Carrie went and bought a bunch at Harmon's. I only have the raspberry ones at home, but you've got...
I've been looking forward to trying the blueberry ones. I haven't yet. Blueberry and the strawberry. They look good, too.
The pina colada ones are great if you like coconut and pineapple.
So good.
Just delicious stuff. How do you describe these? They're little morsels, little bite-sized morsels of frozen fruit and chocolate.
Yeah. They're just real fruit with a thin layer of chocolate.
Oh, and this is a local company, by the way,
Yes.
which is one of the reasons we love it here. Carrie and I are going to have some, Bill. Sorry about
True
that.
fruit made with all natural ingredients. The True Fruit Pina Colada is a snack you can feel good about. No artificial flavors or preservatives, just pure, delicious goodness. True Fruit, that's
Yum.
TRUFRU. True Fruit. You can find it in the frozen dessert section of most grocery stores. Costco has it. True Fruit.
You know, I could have maybe had better boner candidates.
Oh, those are good. Why?
Well, I mean, listen. Listen. I mean, I still have in that. So I have a little file that says "boner on deck." That's where I put the ones that I'm.
It's where
considering.
they're warming up.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm considering. Listen to some of these titles, and then maybe I'll tell you about a couple of them. Woman names newborn son methamphetamine rules.
That one kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, well, it's not what you think.
Oh.
Yeah. Woman spreads dead brother's ashes in a packed club pool in Ibiza. Police officer, no, I don't want to do that one. How about Gilbert Arenas podcast slams Utah. Moved the Jazz to Seattle, he says. And it's just him slamming Utah.
Okay.
Aussie man fined over $2,000 for taking his pet python surfing.
I have questions.
He was just on a surfboard and the python was around his neck.
And so he's like,
Yeah.
oh, look at me.
If you fall and the python
Yeah, that's why he got
falls-
fined.
Exactly.
Yeah. Teen dresses up as married woman to rob bank.
How do you dress up as a married woman?
As you can see, I'm married.
How about giant?
I'm here to take money out of my husband's account.
I think that's exactly
You
what
know,
he did.
my husband.
Yeah. Teacher cuts girl's hair without permission. Now here's one you really might want to hear this one.
Okay.
Trump aide Cassidy Hutchison claims Rudy Giuliani groped her on January 6th.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And
I
you want to
mean,
hear?
I saw the Borat movie, so, you know.
You want to hear any of these? How about let's woman names newborn son methamphetamine.
Yeah, when you're saying it's not what you think,
Yeah.
I'm curious what that means.
Yeah, and I've had this in the file for a few days. It's New South Wales, Australia. An Australian journalist, Kirsten Drysdale, is currently in a newborn bliss bubble, having recently welcomed her child with her husband, Chris. There's just one problem. Her son's legal name is Methamphetamine Rules.
What?
The New South Wales...
Well, that's just too hard to spell. He's going to have a hard time in kindergarten spelling.
Well, they call him MR. The Registry of Birth, Deaths, and Marriages. Now, see, so you think, oh, well, she's the boner candidate, right, for naming her kid? No, that's not where it is. The registry let the name slip through the cracks during its submission process, despite offensive terms being prohibited. A spokesperson told News.com that they've since strengthened their system to avoid it happening again. Okay, mistakes happen, but why would Drysdale name her child Methamphetamine Rules to begin with? She is a TV presenter and been working on a story which aims to investigate the answers to viewers' burning questions. One of them was, what can I legally name my baby? While researching for the story, the heavily pregnant Drysdale was trying to decipher what the register default names a child if a parent's first submission is rejected.
Okay.
And she wasn't getting a clear answer from the government. She was about to give birth. She decided this was perfect timing to take matters into her own hands as part of the story.
Okay.
We thought, what is the most outrageous name we can think of that will definitely not be accepted by the registry?
I see where this is going.
It was really just a lighthearted, curious attempt to get an answer to the question.
Thought for sure
Yeah.
they're going to reject this.
Well, imagine Ms. Drysdale's horror when her initial outline submission listing her son's fake name was approved very quickly. Weeks later, Drysdale got quite the push present when the official birth certificate arrived in the mail, and right there on the official birth certificate, Methamphetamine Rules. I don't know how this slipped through, said the manager of the registry. I don't. Possibly they thought methamphetamine was a Greek name, said the reporter. They haven't really given us a clear answer how this happened.
Hi.
So
my name's Methamphetamine Rules, but you can just call me Meth.
It's
That's interesting.
I know, and so the registry would have been the boner candidate there. I don't. So now I'm going to have to, and then the Rudy Giuliani one is just
X96.
Things that must go on the radio.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things that must go from your life. You can't stand it anymore. I can't stand no more. So you say, I know, I'll send this to Radio from Hell, and maybe this, it'll make me feel better, and maybe these things will actually disappear from my life. So if you want to participate in Must Go, just send us an email, radiofromhell@x96.com, put Must Go in the subject line, and then state your grievances, and we'll see what we can do about it. Let's see, I'll go first. I have a couple of my own. I'm tired of this phrase. We just don't need to hear, I love me some. Yeah, I love me some fried potatoes.
Oh, but I love me some fried potatoes.
I love me some scuba diving. I love me some peppermint. I don't give a, just, that must go. I love me some. And then phone interviews, like on news programs particularly, where the correspondent is interviewing someone on the phone, and there's a dog barking continually in the background, or a child crying continually in the background, or, whatever it is.
Or they're in their car with the window rolled down.
At least acknowledge it, or say, you know what, let's continue this at another time, because it's too irritating. Let's just... But they just don't even acknowledge it. The dog barks and the people talk, and it's... this one says, you may use my name. Okay, Flint. This is your sole left-leaning listener in Montpelier, Idaho, which is Bear Lake area. My thing that must go is unsatisfying buttons that don't click. Like the gummy ones on my garage door opener. Some kind of positive feedback, like a beep, so I know I pushed it. That's all. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
This one says, feel free to use my name, Data Dave. Old milk must go.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids. One is 5, the other is 2. They love milk, which is fine. What needs to go is finding sippy cups that are half or more full of milk that has been left out for God knows how long. It's gross and plays havoc with my OCD. I love them dearly, and they aren't old enough to blame, but I have grown to hate milk more than just about anything else in the whole rotten old world.
Wow.
I'll keep the kids, but the milk can just get the hell out. This one says, poor work ethic, laziness, cost of living, taxes, crappy government, greed. Oh, my God, the list goes on. Must go. Tana. And then finally this one, I'm in the process again for the more than I can count time to verify and re-list all of my medications and supplements for a medical appointment. Why is it that it's always recorded incorrectly?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's so important, why can't they ever get it right? Please, please, for the love of all that's holy, make this go away. Thank you, Lords Anonymous. Gina?
This is from Ashley. Things that must go. The 30-minute lines to get onto Hill Air Force Base. People can't get out of their driveways on Hillfield Road. Hundreds of cars idling. It must be pretty bad, and it must go. This from Ian of Sandy. Dearest Lords, feel free to use my name. Me remembering for weeks and weeks each Tuesday to send these in, only to forget to do so by the time I've gotten home to listen to things that must go. But you did it this time, Ian. You got it. Let's see. Bill's current and increased bodily struggles must go. Bill having largely dropped the moniker Handsome Bill Allred must go. Really? Given his strong stance on a few subjects, in my opinion, he should be proudly referring to himself as the handsome and youthful Bill Allred of the Great Salt Lake City.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I don't feel so handsome these days.
Let's see. And finally, having no air conditioning myself at home, and for y'all in the studio during these 90-degree-plus days, fans and spray bottles bring little or no relief. Let's see. This from Ann in Immigration Canyon. One thing that must go is tiny public bathroom stalls with doors that open toward the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I'm exiting the stall, you have to almost back up and stand over the toilet to get the door back open again. And let's see, finally these from Tony, my things that must go. Being unable to decide what to bring to a picnic. That's terrible.
Oh, no.
And Carrie being unable to finish off a milkshake because we're just served too much at restaurants. I
Yeah.
can't finish them either.
I can't, no.
Carrie?
All right. Let's see. This one from Whitney. My sister and I have been keeping this list. So here we go. Things that must go. Cold butter. On toast, pancakes, waffles, cold butter on anything, really. Agreed. When the camera doesn't pause long enough in a show for you to read a text message.
Oh, yeah,
So
when
you
they
have
show
to-
a phone.
You have to go
yes.
back. You have to hit pause, find your glasses, and read it. Packaged foods with a perforated edge that you shouldn't need scissors for, but when you pull the tab, the top part of the package is still sealed, and you need scissors anyway. Pickle jars with lids so tight that you need a husband to open them.
Where do I get one of those?
That's what I always call my husband. The long goodbye on the phone, especially in a professional setting. It goes like this. Okay, great. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Sounds good. Thanks for the call. Anytime. You have a great week. You too. You too. Have a good one. Have a good one. Am I being held hostage? There you go. Let's see. This one from Zane. Did you ever notice when you first watched Independence Day, the movie, you realized the president didn't have any Secret Service with him until way later in the show?
Oh.
Interesting. Our air conditioning went out. It was 90 degrees in our house for about a week, so bless you all for dealing with this AC situation. I love being a redhead, but what must go is that I get a sunburn very, very easy.
Sure, yeah.
Washing your car, and then the bird decides to make it dirty right after you get it washed.
Yeah.
And my wife not being able to get better after 2 visits to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zane.
Now make that 3 visits, and she's in so much pain.
Oh.
Marianne, let's see. Had a blast at a water park with my twins yesterday, only to wake up with positional vertigo.
Oh, I
this
hate that.
morning.
I've had that.
Luckily, I'm married to a physician, and he knew how to talk me through the positional exercises needed to at least get me to the point where I can stand up again. I suspect it was one of the wild slides I went on at the water park that triggered it, but that must go. And finally this, I have just one very annoying, totally inane problem. When eating your way through a jar of peanuts, you sometimes get that one really bitter,
one, yeah.
really
Ruins the
bitter
whole thing,
peanut.
yeah.
That's got to go.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Bitter peanut. Bitter peanut. Okay, sorry. Traffic, Gina, please.
Crash southbound I-15, 5th West in Bountiful. Foothill Drive headed northbound. Somebody was saying there was an auto pedestrian accident there. I don't see it on UDOT, but it is. I see the traffic stop there. Maybe they just haven't reported the accident yet. Thank you, whoever sent that in. I've got 3 different accidents at Point of the Mountain in Utah County. Crash northbound I-15, 158 south. We have another one southbound I-15, milepost 285 in Lehigh. And yet another one southbound I-15, milepost 284. That's the SR-92 exit in Utah County on the right side. Bloomburrow, the upcoming Redwall-esque set for Magic the Gathering, is coming soon to Haster Games. They'll be holding a special pre-release event for this set on Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th. Haster Games located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
All right, KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We will be back after some messages and a song with the Boner Recap Game. The song isn't on this day.
Oh, okay.
It just appeared.
I was going to say, I didn't know we had one.
I just found it, so we'll have that for you coming up after these. And then the Boner Recap Game, easy game to play. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning.
Very close today, though.
It was. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could guess. I wouldn't recommend that because it was a very close race. 1 vote separated the two. So I would cheat if I were you. Go to x96.com, look at the box that says Boners, July 17, 2024. Click on there and you'll see it says winner right next to the winner. And what is the prize?
Well, the Park City Cocktail Contest is going on. As you know, this is Park City Restaurants. Go to parkcityrestaurants.com for more information about that. In honor of it, they have given us a swag bag from the Park City Cocktail Contest. It's all kinds of merch, shot glasses, and other goodies.
Cool. Must be 21. Because it's
drinking.
It's booze adjacent. It's not actually booze we're given, but but it's booze adjacent. So our
might give the young kids a bad idea.
Our silly state requires that you must be at least 21. So 877-602-9696 to win that swag bag from the Park City restaurants. Very, very good. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, we need to talk about Utah advocates.
We're talking earlier about the road home, and there are kids at the road home and the family shelter that are going back to school. How does this relate to the advocates? Well, the advocates has teamed up with the road home for the Apple Tree 20th anniversary event. It provides back-to-school clothes and shoes, backpacks for kids living in the family shelter, and there are over 100 of them right now. So they can start the school year with confidence. You can go to the advocates' offices in Murray, American Fork, or Ogden and pick some apples off the tree, some paper apples, and it'll tell you some stuff you can buy. Or you can donate via Venmo at Advocates Donations. They'll do the shopping for you. Remember, everybody deserves an advocate, even kids who are in homelessness and going back to school.
And you deserve an advocate, too, if you've been injured in an accident or somebody you love, somebody in your family gets hurt. Call the advocates. This isn't just car accidents, by the way. All kinds of different ways you can get hurt where it's not your fault and it's somebody else's fault. Call them 801-355-5550 or go to UtahAdvocates.com. Another Mexico thing I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
And there's video of it. Katie was having a hard time getting it loaded. We might post it on our Radio from Hell social media pages later today, but it is on my Twitter page if you want to go look at it. So we're sitting there in the cabana, and Joe's sitting there, and Jonesy and Muhammad was out running around like he does. And Joe can't ever just be on vacation. So he's on a business call. He's sitting there on the phone. And without skipping a beat, without pausing and talking, without screaming or anything, an iguana leaps from behind the chair and lands on his thigh.
Why did you expect the iguana to scream?
No, I expected my husband to scream, as I would if an iguana leapt from behind me and landed on my leg. He just kept talking.
Yeah. Well, it's not
and
it's a very important call.
And kind of brushed it off his thigh. And the thing that brought the iguana flying over the top of the chair was we had a bowl of guacamole. You can go to x96.com/live and see just a picture of the iguana.
Fairly large one.
But my daughter caught video of the iguana
eating your guacamole.
Eating our guacamole.
Hey, knock it off, bud.
And you want to try to shoo an iguana away once they're eating? They are going to stay there as long as they want to. And the waiter came by and he's like, "Oh, iguana got you. I'll get you some more guacamole." I'm like, "Well,
iguanas."
But then we're going to attract more iguanas. But I made the mistake of naming this iguana Hector, and he would come back every day.
Well, you knew where the guacamole was.
But what I learned when we went to Chichen Itza was, this is not Hector. This is a Henurita. This is a lady iguana.
How can you tell?
Because the male iguanas are much bigger, and they have, the
sombreros.
Not sombreros, but like little, I don't know,
fins
that they flash and go, "Hey, ladies, how about what you think about us hanging out?"
Like that spitting dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So lady iguanas like guacamole. I don't know about male iguanas, but you can go to my Twitter feed and see video of the iguana eating our guacamole if you would like.
kind of a pleasant thing in a way.
I mean, once you get over the shock of him just flying over the top of the chair.
Now, why did she fly over the top of the chair?
I think she knew there was guac there. She's coming for the guac.
Will you eat the guac after the lizard's been eating it?
No. Would you?
Yeah.
You?
Sure.
You could get like diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lizard diseases.
Yeah.
No, I
really would eat?
Yeah, probably.
No.
No.
As a matter of fact, after taking the iguana off of his leg, he should have washed his hands, and I hope he did.
Of course he did, yeah.
Gina has a bottle of spray wipe.
Oh, at all times.
At all times.
You just sprayed. You just sprayed your husband down,
Yes.
didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any food experiences?
No. No, I mean we ate at the hotel a lot.
Because it was an all-inclusive, right?
Yeah.
So that's the cheaper way to go about it.
Yeah, and I didn't want the. We went out to a couple of local restaurants, but I just didn't want the hassle of having to decide where to go and
Yeah.
And the food at the hotel was actually pretty good. It got kind of monotonous though because
Well, I remember when we did the show from one of these Mexico trips we did, was it an all-inclusive? And I felt like the same thing. Like,
the breakfast was
the
always
same
the
food,
same,
exactly the same.
Yeah. There was it gets sort of monotonous, but
Strangely, on the cruise, there was so much to choose from. You could pick something different every day.
We ate at a local restaurant though, and they brought me. I said, okay, I'll have a margarita, and they said, you want the Cadillac margarita? And yeah, okay, fine.
That's the big one.
It was in a glass. I had to pick it up with two hands. I couldn't finish it. It was like, I went, oh my God, what?
You couldn't finish it?
Bill
No,
Allred couldn't finish it?
I could not finish it.
We had one of those too. If you go to my Instagram page, there's a picture of my husband holding a bowl of drink.
Yeah,
it
was huge. I literally had to pick it up with two hands whenever it was ridiculous.
Oh, seriously, Mexico?
But I really like that country.
You've entertained the idea of retiring.
I
there,
think you
haven't
should look into finding a place down there.
By myself. That little shack that I showed you before.
He won't sell, Bill.
Well, but maybe he needs to. The guy who lives in that little shack. He needs to be. He needs to go on vacation. I'll fill in for him.
I'll fill in. I'll keep an eye on this place so
Yeah.
the bulldozers don't come through while you're gone.
Yeah. I saw him cooking his food on an open fire out there. It's a beautiful place, though. It's a great country.
I think you ought to look at some property there.
The people are really nice for the most part.
Some sort of condo and retire there,
Sure. And they, and it just, the temperature was like 72 degrees every day. And the water was beautiful. And
Did you go out in the water?
a little bit. You can't stop my kid from going into the ocean. And actually, that stretch of beach we were on is not the greatest because there are a lot of riptides. So they have red flags up all the time.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop my child
course.
from going into the water.
Provo, Ogden y Lago Salado es X96 con Carrie, Bill y Gina, Radio del Infierno en la mañana.
In Magna says, who dat?
In Magna?
In Magna.
Chandler.
Who dat?
Who dat?
Because on this day, 35 years ago, Stone Roses released the single She Bangs the Drums.
That was nice.
So there you go, one you haven't heard in a while for an On This Day. Okay, let's get to the Boner recap
Do
game.
we have somebody there?
Yeah, let me bring up the... looks like the randomizer has picked Selena.
What? Selena. How are you, Selena?
Hi, I'm doing fine. It's a hot day.
Yes, it is. Selena, where are you calling from?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay. Listen, Selena, if you can tell me who the Boner winner was after I recap the three of them for you, you're going to win a prize, which is what, Gina?
Bottoms up for the annual Park City Cocktail Contest. Online voting runs through July 31st for patrons to sample newly created cocktails and inventive mocktails from Park City's talented community of mixologists. To see the complete lineup of this year's entries, visit parkcityrestaurants.com. We have for you, Selena, if you correctly complete this task, a swag bag from Park City Cocktail Contest with merch, shot glasses, and other goodies.
Did you hear my Musco earlier today? What's all that? What's all that noise in the background?
I'm not sure. Perhaps there's any noise inside my truck. I don't hear anything outside.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's a lot of noise there. But listen, Selena, did you hear the Boner candidates earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You'll have no trouble then selecting the winner and winning the prize. Boner candidate number one was, it was only a light tap on the arm. This is the story of Terrell Davis, retired Denver Broncos Hall of Fame running back. He was on a plane. He tapped a flight attendant on the shoulder, said, I need some more ice, a cup of ice for my son. The flight attendant said, don't hit me, and walked off. When the plane landed, Mr. Davis was arrested. He was put into handcuffs and led off the plane in front of all the other passengers. Now, all the other passengers said, wait a minute, nothing? He didn't, what, huh? He didn't do anything. And the FBI agents who came and took him off the plane were very apologetic. Delta Airlines, I think it was, has been very apologetic as well. And the flight attendant in question has been removed from duty. So that was Boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two, I'm sorry to say it, babe, but that was you last night. It was that terrible woman who was a country singer, apparently, who just butchered the national anthem at the All-Star game. And she claims that it was because she was drunk. That wasn't me last night. I was drunk. I apologize. I'm going into rehab today. Okay, it was you. Sorry, it was you. And then Boner candidate number three was, I might buy a pair of those sneakers if the picture was actually on the sole of the shoe. These are sneakers being sold by a Donald Trump-owned company. They're called Fight High Tops, $300, and it's a picture of Donald Trump right after the assassination attempt with blood on his face, holding his fist in the air. It says Fight on the sneakers. $300. Yeah, go ahead, buy those. That'd be great. So, Selena, those were the Boner candidates. Who was the winner by only 1 point?
The winner was the first one, the slight tap on the shoulder.
Yep, Boner candidate number one.
There you go.
Woo. Well done, Selena. You've got the Park City Cocktail Contest swag bag.
There's all kinds of great stuff in there, too.
Yep.
Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you how to pick up your prize.
There we go. All right.
Was that just me hearing all that noise?
No, she had her radio or something on, or she
Yeah.
was on speakerphone or something.
It wasn't a dog, though.
It was very, and it
Or
wasn't
a
a baby
baby.
crying, but it was something really irritating.
All right. Let's see. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with some big boy news and a pinuendo coming up. Let's see. Oh, our concert community calendar is on the way as well. Stand by for all of that. Speaking of which, Park City Restaurants presents the 2024 Park City Cocktail Contest, happening now through the month of July at participating restaurants and bars in Park City. Now, for all the details, you can go to parkcityrestaurants.com. They also have recipes there for these cocktails that are being put into the contest by our mixologists that are out there up in Park City. Great, just a bunch of great restaurants, pubs, and bars up there. So if you're new to the area, maybe a little staycation at Park City is in order. It's beautiful drive from the valley, always much cooler up there. I'm talking to you folks who have just moved here. Beautiful, short little drive. You're going to love it. Through July, escape the heat, enjoy the night in Park City, sample newly created cocktails and inventive mocktails, also from Park City's talented community of mixologists. All cocktails, here's part of the rules, all cocktails are made using at least 2 local products relative to Summit County. And we had some brought into us yesterday, and he mixed them up here in the...
Yeah, the lavender gin.
So good. This year's winner will be rewarded $500 cash prize and bragging rights, which is really more valuable than the $500. It's a fun annual tradition in Park City, so go and check it out. ParkCityRestaurants.com.
X90. 986.
All right, 9:20 right now. So that means we got plenty of time here for some big boy news and opinioendo. Brought to you by
Rooted Cafe, delicious fresh food, full bar to nourish your body and soul. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and brunch. Rooted between Little and Big Cottonwood Canyons and Cottonwood Heights.
Thank you.
Frustration is mounted for some people in the Tooele area who've faced outage after outage after outage of their power in recent days. Rocky Mountain Power officials said the string of blackouts is due in part to a system that prevents a more dangerous problem. Brandon Peterson lives in Stockton, just south of Tooele. He says at his house for much of July, he's been dealing with power outages about every other day. It gets frustrating, you know, Peterson said. You pay him for service, but the service doesn't stay on. He said these outages have been hitting during the late afternoon. While some have lasted an hour or two, others have gone on for 6 hours or longer. The only thing I would like is for Rocky Mountain Power to give us an explanation why, Peterson said. Why is this happening? Rocky Mountain Power officials said that they do have an explanation and that much of this is due to their enhanced wildfire safety settings. When there's any disturbance detected on a power line, the system automatically shuts off power. In an event where wind blows a piece of debris into power lines, doing this could keep the debris from sparking and causing a wildfire.
So there's reason for
In
it.
states like California and Hawaii, some massive and deadly wildfires have started from utilities, and Rocky Mountain Power officials said that that's something that they don't want to have happen here. At the end of the day, we're trying to not start a wildfire. So that's why we have those settings on and why we had more outages this summer. That's according to Rocky Mountain Power spokesperson Jana Whitesides. Whiteside said that in places like Tooele, those wildfire safety settings are more sensitive than in other areas due to the high risk of the fire. With those more sensitive settings, the system can trip and shut off power even when there may not be any real danger on the line, even wind gusts, anything that basically disturbs the line, and within a tenth of a second they will de-energize, Whiteside said. So, I don't know. Maybe you need to adjust the sensitivity of it a little bit or something.
Interesting.
Senator Bob Menendez, Democrat, New Jersey, maintaining his innocence after being found guilty on all counts in a federal corruption trial on Tuesday. He was facing 16 charges: bribery, fraud, extortion, obstruction of justice. I have never violated my public oath.
Yes, you have.
I've never
multiple times.
I've never been anything but a patriot of my country or for my country. Do I remember correctly? He was charged with this before and was acquitted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this time he was charged again, and he's been found guilty. Over the course of the 9-week trial, prosecutors argued that Menendez abused his power as a senator in exchange for bribes from 3 New Jersey businessmen.
Gold bars.
Between
Not just
2018 and
regular money.
2022.
Gold bars.
Yeah.
He was also accused of acting as a foreign agent for the government of Egypt. I think that's where the gold bars came from. I want gold bars. They found them in his closet. You know, it's tucked in his shoes and places like that. Let's see.
And yes, if you're asking, he should resign.
Yes.
He should leave. He should not be in Congress.
He should
anymore.
go.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer, the president, or not the president, the head of the Democratic Party in the Senate, the Senate leader, Senate Democratic leader, said, Bob, you should resign.
Yeah.
You need to resign. If you don't, we're going to throw you out.
Yeah, as he should be.
The hacker group that reportedly stole customer text and phone records from AT&T claimed the wireless company paid them $300,000 in ransom to delete all of the data that they had stolen.
That's it? I think they would ask for more money than that.
The Technology magazine said, Wired is where this appeared, said an associate of the notorious hacker group Shiny Hunters, which has claimed responsibility for multiple high-profile data breaches, provided proof of a cryptocurrency exchange that occurred in May. However, Wired reported cryptocurrency experts, or crypto tracing experts, could not identify who owned the cryptocurrency wallets that the money came from. Dave Bautista.
Yes.
55-year-old professional wrestler turned actor. He has a lot of tattoos. He stopped by Live with Kelly and Mark on Tuesday to promote his new movie, My Spy, the Eternal City. During the conversation, Kelly Ripa asked Bautista if he ever considered removing any of his tattoos. Well, I've thought about it, and then I've just gotten cover-ups instead, the actor said. It's a real nightmare to get tattoos removed. You know, they burn them off.
Isn't today Tattoo Day?
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the things?
Bautista then shared that he covered up his very first tattoo. When Kelly Ripa asked him to share the story, he said, "Oh, man, I'm instantly sweating here." He said, "I'll preface this by saying it was the 80s. It was my first tattoo."
It was a tramp stamp. He got a tramp stamp, didn't he?
Almost. It's worse than that,
Oh,
actually.
is it?
I lived in Washington, D.C. I was in Arlington, Virginia, and I went to this place called Rick's Tattoo. It was this old biker guy named Rick. And I picked out the tattoo, and I told him I wanted it on my butt. I wanted it on my butt so that my dad wouldn't see it and kill me. So I got it on my butt. He then shared that the biker shaved his butt before asking him if he was sure about the placement of the tattoo. And I was like, yeah, I'd do it. And then I'm so embarrassed, it was this really cheesy heart. It said Heart of Stone on it.
Oh.
And I thought I was a tough guy with a tough tattoo, and I regretted it immediately. But I got razzed so bad in the WWE for that tattoo.
Would you get rid of any of yours, Bill? Is there any you regret or want to get rid of? Or
No.
You're happy with them all?
Yeah, they're fine. I like them. He explained that he ended up covering it up with a cherry blossom tree.
Yeah.
I said, just cover it up. I don't care. Just cover it up. I can't take it anymore. Let's see what else is going on here.
Cherry blossom tree's a better choice, you think?
I guess.
I don't know. Okay.
Blue Oyster Cult? No, I don't care. Move on. I don't care about Slayer doing reunion shows.
What do you care about?
Jethro Tull.
Oh, there we go. Really?
55th anniversary of Jethro Tull's stand-up album.
Out of all those, Jethro Tull.
I would rather listen to Jethro Tull than any of those other bands. Being celebrated by the syndicated radio show In the Studio with Redbeard, the story behind history's greatest rock bands. I don't care about this either. Never mind.
Wait a second.
No, Carrie, don't ask him to go back to Ernie.
You want what?
Oh, but he
Oh, you had it queued up. Okay.
Yeah.
Sitting on a park bench, eyeing little girls with bad intents.
That's all I have.
Yeah, that's all anybody knows how to play on guitar.
That's all you
right?
need, yeah.
Hey, Aqualung.
That and Smoke on the Water. Those are the two.
I loved that record when I was a dope smoking hippie. Aqualung. Let's see. How about we talked about Jack Black yesterday. Feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I don't think
There's a bit of an update.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do we have?
Kyle's been dropped by his talent agency.
So this was,
Right.
if we're going to mention this, we should re-mention why we're mentioning it.
There will be no more Tenacious D.
Well, at least for the moment.
Jack Black and Kyle Gass, they were on tour in Australia. I guess it was Kyle's birthday. Somebody brought a birthday cake on stage. Jack Black said, "Make a wish." He said something about next time they shoot for Trump, I hope they don't miss, or don't miss Trump next time.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
not good.
No. Australia threatened to deport them from the country.
And they canceled the rest of their tour, and Jack Black put out a pretty strongly stated statement saying, I want nothing to do with this, and I'm canceling the tour, and this may be the end of Tenacious D. We'll have to see, but he's very much distancing himself. But the update, I think Carrie mentioned, was Kyle's been dropped by his agent. So
Kyle issued an apology. He's
very sorry.
Very quickly issued an apology and
said it was a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form or against anyone.
That the day of that attempted assassination, everybody should have just taken a deep breath and not commented on it at all. And a lot of people just couldn't help themselves, like posting things about it. I bet that he's not the only person that has lost his job over. Well, you had a boner candidate the other day, Bill.
Yeah.
That.
Yep. It's and I mean it's easy to criticize, but it's also, if you take 1 second and think about, here we are blabbing on the radio every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a miracle that we've somehow avoided saying something like that was.
Don't mind that library too closely.
Yeah. I've said I said a couple of things on the radio that they made me apologize for on the radio,
and some you shouldn't have,
which I didn't think I should have had to, but I did it. So,
weather.
Okay, I think Katie said it's 80, 84, 85, 83. Oh, it's cooled down to 83 in your studio.
In Katie's studio, yeah.
Let's see, 99 for a high today on the outside. Patchy smoke and still a slight chance of thunderstorms happening this afternoon. About a 20% chance or so. Overnight lows in the 70s. And this pattern remains, I'm looking all the way through the weekend into the first part of next week, where we're either in the upper 90s, low 100s every day. Step into a world of spiritual wonder. Discover the magic of the metaphysical at Cat and Cauldron in Taylorsville. Experience enchantment like never before. catandcauldron.com.
Let's see. It's 9:31. We will take a break. We got our concert and community calendar coming up after these. Stand by.
986.
Okay, let's get Trent's theme music going.
That's not true.
No, that's not true. That's not Trent's theme music. Here, let me bring him up, and we'll get his real theme music going. It's Trent Falcone.
Brought to you by Live Nation.
Signor Falcone. Hey.
For what it's worth, can we change my theme music to be Jethro Tull?
Sure.
If you like.
If you'd like.
Okay.
I would accept that.
All right.
Okay, good.
I'd be okay with that.
You got it.
Yeah, I always kind of like Jethro Tull.
Imagine my surprise turning on X96 today and hearing Jethro Tull. Go figure.
You never know what you're going to hear.
All right, here we go.
Sure.
There you go.
What do you got for us? What do you got for us, Trent, at Live Nation?
Yeah.
All right, tonight it's night 2 with AJR at the Delta Center. Last night, of course, was a great show. Sold out. A few tickets left for today, so grab those. And also, presented by X96, there is a pre-show party happening across the street at Flanker. So if you're going to the show tonight, swing by Flanker. Chance to win some pit tickets to the show. So that'll be good. Friday, July 19th, Kilby Court. It's futuristic. And at the Depot the same night, it is the Taylor Party, which is, you can figure out what that is. It's Taylor Night, 18 plus. Saturday, July 20th, at the Depot, it's the Gimme Gimme Disco. And the same night, out at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater, it's Niall Horan. That show is also sold out to the rafters. And then Sunday, July 21st, at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater, it's a day to remember with the story so far, 4 years strong and Scowl. Should be a great show. On sales Friday, 10 a.m., livenation.com. Hanobi, October 10th at the Complex. Queensryche, coming to the Depot November 3rd. Big X The Plug, December 10th at the Complex. Ghost Files Live, that's September 6th at Kingsbury Hall. And Y2K will be at the Depot August 23rd. And then we have so many damn shows that I have to start getting rid of some more giveaway tickets.
Please
so we have
take
a big
these
giveaway.
tickets off Trent's hands.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you these tickets. We have a 4-pack to see A Day to Remember. That will be this Sunday. Those will be in will call. We also have a 4-pack to see 30 Seconds to Mars. That's July 30th out at Utah First. And then this Saturday, I realize I have some tickets left to see Niall Horan. Again, that show is sold out. That will also be a 4-pack of tickets. All of these will be in will call.
Nice.
There you go.
Excellent.
Well, thank you, Trent.
All right, Trent, get some rest, okay?
All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Trent.
Okay.
There we go. Just for you, Trent. Oh, he left before he could hear it. Oh. Man's in a hurry.
Katie's in here with more things.
What do we got?
Yeah, lots of other things going on this weekend. On Friday, we've got the Twilight Concert Series over at Gallivan Center with Watch House. The Mariachi Festival is going on at Eccles Theater. I believe it's the blocks, so it's when they shut down Main Street. So I believe that's starting.
That's awesome.
Because they're also doing the curbside theaters. It's called Taroville. It's a dance theater, and it's happening as well at the open streets. So, but that's on Saturday. Other things on Friday as well. The Roots. It's a hip hop. Hip hop is the love of my life, I assume.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be at Granary Live. As if you want to go, that would be pretty fun. I do like the Roots. Other things that are going on, just the annual skate deck show over at the Urban Arts Gallery. It's still going through the 8th. The Mount Majestic Music Series over at Brighton Resort's happening, still going on various days through the 11th of August. The roller skate nights at the Gallivan Center, there's a link to the calendar. They do it periodically throughout the week, and that's going on through the end or through the 30th, so mid of next week, basically, or the next week. Okay. I swear I know what month it is. The Summer Showdown at Broadway Theater is also happening this week. It's Tammy the T-Rex versus Frankenhooker. So that's going to be very interesting. I've never seen Tammy the T-Rex, to be honest. I don't really know what that is.
Katie, that's right up your alley.
Yeah. Also, if you like rodeos, which I'm not a fan of, but it's the Utah Days of 47 rodeo from the 19th through the 24th. So that's all weekend. It should be pretty fun. Then on Saturday, I said the Curbside Theater Taroville. You've got the Daybreak Fizz Fest, which is their arts festival.
Fizz Fest?
Yeah, it's called the Fizz Fest. I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure why, but it's their arts festival.
Mhm.
The Gardner Village Car Show is going on, and the Squeech Crafts and Drafts over at Keto's Brewery. They do this every so often. I love Keto's. And they do some like sort of weird crafting along with like a beer.
yeah? Okay.
It's
Okay.
really fun. And then, of course, the farmers markets, downtown farmers markets, Daybreak, Sunnyvale, and Sandy, all on Saturday. Also, I keep forgetting to mention the Murray Farmers Market on Friday and Saturday mornings. And then the Wheeler Farm and Ninth West Farmers Markets are on Sundays. So check that out. Again, links on our website everywhere over at x96.com. And that's, I'm sure I missed some things, but that's most of the things going on this weekend.
All right, there you go. You got enough callers in there?
I bet she does.
All right, because she wanted me to repeat the phone numbers, but I think she's fine now.
Yes.
All right. Well, there we go with the new theme music.
Love it.
All right, there you go.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Katie.
It's a short theme song.
It is. There you go. All right. Whatever makes you.
Sure.
Whatever makes you happy.
Oh, I think I know why they call it the Fizz Fest at Daybreak. Because it takes place on what they call Soda Row.
Oh.
Soda Row,
Probably,
that's
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
I knew it had something to do with soda. Whether it was
There's
the
soda
dirty,
involved.
the dirty sodas or whatever, it had to have
There's
something to
soda
do with it.
involved.
All comes back to our addiction to these. Anyway.
They're delicious, Carrie.
All right. Well, let's see. We will take a break, play a song for you, come back, and crawl towards the exits after these messages. Stand by. The Jordan Valley Water Conservation Project.
Yeah, this is all top of mind with the heat we've been having, and
Mhm.
everybody wants to do their part. And Utah Water Savers offers an incentive program to replace your grass and lawn with water-efficient landscapes. That's not just rocks, by the way.
Oh no. No, they get this nice growth that doesn't require much water.
Yeah,
and,
it's
ground
native,
cover.
Yeah, and native plants, things that are
Exactly.
used to living in this. You can get as much as $3 for every square foot of lawn replaced. You do have to qualify, so register at utahwatersavers.com to find out what. There's different incentives depending on where you live. You can also get additional money for including up to 5 trees from the approved list for your project. Again, trees that are native to the area and do well in this heat. Not opposed to all grass, but if it's the only time you use it is to mow it, well, then you should probably get rid of it.
Yes.
60% of our municipal water is used in our yards. Reducing how much we use is one of the most impactful changes we can make. Go to utahwatersavers.com. We were talking about sandwiches earlier, and I'm hungry for a sandwich.
Really? Sometimes just a good, cheap gas station sandwich.
Will you eat a gas station sandwich?
Yeah, occasionally, if I have to.
I don't trust a gas station sandwich.
How about a hoagie?
I don't
Not have a hoagie?
Not. You don't know how long they've been sitting there. The sandwich at the gas station is way down on the list of priorities for the people that work at the gas station.
Yeah.
They don't care about turnover or.
Now we got sandwiches out here in the cooler, and I don't know what kind.
Here?
Yeah.
Right now? There's sandwiches here
There's sandwiches out there right now.
Where?
out in the cooler there. You know, where you could buy the drinks and stuff?
Yeah. Again, how long are they out there?
I don't know. But will you do a gas station hot dog?
Okay.
All right. Oh, your cat. Okay.
Maverick is like high-end convenience store gas station.
Yeah, they have
Hot
good.
dog.
They have. I
good
trust.
stuff.
I trust Maverick.
You trust a gas station sandwich from Maverick?
Yeah,
I trust.
I would.
Okay.
I would. I think they take pride in the food that they offer at their.
Yeah, I've
Maverick
had
has
them.
all the good stuff.
They have the Bahama Mama.
They got the best bathrooms.
Their coffee is even pretty good.
Yeah, they have the soda fountain. This sounds like an ad for Maverick. They have the soda fountain with like 50 different sodas, and you can add little vanilla to it, like I like.
Like
to
you
do.
like.
They have the good ice. Maverick knows what they're doing.
By the way, the owner of Maverick, Keith Maverick. Keith Maverick. Keith, we're going to send you a bill.
We're going to send you a bill.
Oh, if we're traveling, we're talking about road trips earlier.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day. People are taking road trips. We will
I do too.
destination Maverick on a road.
I try to stop stop at a Maverick, and I'd rather go to a Maverick than a drive-through fast food place.
Oh yeah,
really.
Now, you mentioned the flavored syrup for your sodas. I heard someone bitching about the movie theater ones. You know, where you pre-select your
freestyle.
Yeah.
What was their complaint?
They just didn't care for them at all, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's not a good mix. I like it when I can mix my own.
Oh, is that the complaint?
Yeah, because the freestyle is a pre-mixed thing. But
yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know my freestyle trick?
There is one?
Yeah, well.
Is that they have that at Harmon's too, don't they? That freestyle.
No.
No?
It's like a soda fountain.
Yeah, I know. I thought I saw one at Harmon's.
Here's my trick. So you have a pure drink that is the drink that you wanted, untainted by other drinks.
Say it's Diet Coke. All right.
Always go to the water tab and run a little water through there first.
Oh, otherwise you're getting the flavor of the leftover.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's a good
That's
trick.
my little freestyle.
You know, Gina, you are so amazingly creative about things that don't matter.
No,
that matters.
No, this is helpful because
you put your brain to these things.
It's helpful.
Just a little water.
Because I'm making my twice yearly trip to the movie theater, and I need to know this.
Do a little rinse.
Okay.
Because they all come through the same spigot.
All right. Thank you.
My little
Longview. I know if I didn't, something would happen.
Something like what?
You don't want to know.
It'll show up again tomorrow in the same spot. So I figure if I play it now, maybe it won't.
The Emmy nominations just got released.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Oh,
just now.
Let's hear it.
Let's see what we got here. Outstanding drama series. We'll just run through as many of these as we can. These are the nominees: The Crown, Fallout,
yes,
The Gilded Age, The Morning Show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Boy, that was good too. Shogun, Slow Horses, and Three Body Problems.
Well, I keep hearing about Shogun.
Shogun's. I can't believe you haven't watched it.
I have not watched it.
Oh,
Very
it's so
good.
good.
It's got the girl from the Godzilla TV show.
Yeah.
I like her a lot.
It's really good.
It's very immersive. I mean, it's just
everyone is like a movie.
It's art designed so well. It's just incredible.
I've just heard nothing but good. I need to pick it up.
Outstanding comedy series: Abbott Elementary, The Bear.
Yes.
Which I don't know why is a comedy, but Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, all good choices.
Yay, love Hacks.
Also
Only
good.
Murders in the Building.
All of those are excellent choices.
Palm Royale.
We have an embarrassment of television riches.
Reservation Dogs.
Yes, all of them.
What We Do in the Shadows.
All good shows.
Let's see. Outstanding lead actor in a drama series.
Okay.
Idris Elba, Hijack.
Okay.
Donald Glover, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Walton Goggins, Fallout. Gary Oldman, Slow Horses. My wife really likes that show. Hiroyuki Sanada in Shogun, and Dominic West in The Crown. He plays a really good Prince Charles, I think. Let's see. Outstanding lead actress in a drama. Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show. Carrie Coon, The Gilded Age. Maya Erskine, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Anna Sawai in Shogun. Imelda Staunton, The Crown. And Reese Witherspoon, The Morning Show. Outstanding lead actor in a comedy. Matt Berry, What We Do in Shadows. He's pretty good.
Yep.
Larry David, What We Curb Your Enthusiasm. Steve Martin and Martin Short, both.
All good.
Jeremy Allen White, The Bear.
Also good.
And Dafarun Woon Atai, Reservation Dogs.
Yes.
Dafaro Woon Atai. Outstanding lead actress in a comedy. Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary.
Very good.
Ao Edeberry in The Bear.
Also good.
Selena Gomez, Only Murders.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph Lute.
Yes.
Gene Smart Hacks.
Yes.
Yes.
These are hard to pick.
Kristen Wiig, Palm Royale.
No, it's like you were saying. We're back at that position where we have just
too much,
tons of good TV to watch. You know,
too much. Let's see. We've got outstanding supporting, outstanding lead actor in a limited series or movie.
Okay.
Matt Bomer, Fellow Travelers. Don't know it.
Don't know. But he's
Richard
good.
Gadd.
He's always good. Matt Bomer. Yeah.
Richard Gadd, Baby Reindeer.
Yes.
John Hamm, Fargo.
Yes.
Tom Hollander, Feud, Capote versus the Swans, and Andrew Scott in Ripley.
I'm going John Hamm on that one because he scared the hell out of me in that role.
Outstanding lead actress in a limited series or movie. Jodie Foster, True Detective, Night Country.
Yeah. Oh, gee.
Brie Larson, Lessons in Chemistry.
Also good.
Juno Temple, there you go, Fargo.
Oh, she was great.
I think she was the best. She was really the best. Sofia Vergara, Griselda, and Naomi Watts in Feud.
I like Naomi Watts. No, they're all good. All good.
Yep.
Anyway.
We can maybe do more of these tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have the complete list tomorrow. All right. Are we ready? Promo.
I'm not quite ready because now I have to switch over to my email and find the promo and all this other junk I have. There it is. Okay. Oh, I'm starting, aren't I?
Yes.
Excuse me. Just a moment. Okay. On Thursday's Radio from Hell show, we're going to poll you.
I never get polled.
At about 7:45, be ready to call in 877-602-9696 with your moving horror stories.
You know, next time I move, I'm only taking this plant.
1 cup, 1 spoon.
Radio from Hell polling you and yours. Thursday morning here on X96.
Polling.
Good enough? I think that's good enough. All right, fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Get over me, Debbie.